Let me get the Instagram guys in here, man.
I'm
Go live on
comfortable with
IG.
listen, man.
The pregame. The pregame
Yeah.
for the four.
If y'all
Let's
Oh,
only,
we live
go.
on IG now.
if y'all could only hear some of the things that go on in pre-pro.
Oh my God.
I'm putting click link in bio. If you're on Instagram,
Yeah.
I really
Let-
don't feel like going back and forth to your messages over there. I'm sorry, it takes a little bit of time. Click the link in the bio. We're on YouTube. Toucan, he's going crazy. The comments are going crazy. Love y'all in the comments.
Appreciate it.
Sportsman's
How the
favorite
comments
perspective.
going? How the comments going crazy? And it says only 3 people in here. And we have 5 different commenters. Weird.
Oh my God, that's Dime Dropper ruining just throwing the hate on us. You're a
Lord
lunatic.
have
That's
mercy.
Dime Dropper.
Welcome.
Underneath him is a whole ball. Afternoon
Hold
for
on, hold
Sportsman is
on.
crazy.
I am
Underneath
not.
him. Yeah, you're continuing the party.
Hold on. I am not underneath the Dom. Do not let him tell y'all that. I don't know.
I say that every single week. Underneath him is all ball pause. Now all of a sudden, he gets all nostalgic last night, and now he's like, no, never me, never. I could never.
On the bottom, underneath, we just gonna leave all that alone, man. Good afternoon, everybody.
To the right, who's underneath Dime is All We Live.
Flea. Yeah, let's go.
Get out of here with your fake baritone. I'm too smooth with Flea. What's going on? All We Live, man. Baby, our favorite perspective.
Let's talk to
So
me.
expected.
I don't like
We
your tone.
starting
Flea.
off.
Remember that last week?
That was crazy. I don't like your tone, Flea. I was like,
His tone
totally
is
pleasant.
ill. It's just All We Live. It goes, yeah, Flea. Let's get out of here, man. For Sportsmen. I'm trying to think what's the hotter topic. To me, the hotter topic's gotta be everybody's gonna chime in here. I want to hear what Dom gotta say. Better not be politically correct, Dom. Don't be political. Don't do it. Don't be PC with me. Carmelo Anthony.
Oh wow. I didn't know you were going there first.
I'm going there first.
What exactly did he say? I actually didn't see the full clip. I'm not gonna lie. Should we show it to the people?
yeah,
We could. I could look it up.
we could quick show that. It's not too long.
I thought you were gonna start with the Lakers because I hadn't talked about them yesterday, but we'll get into the Lakers.
We'll get into the Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we get into them. Trust me, we get into them bums later. Don't worry about that.
Dude, today, Ice Cube's son, I call him Crushed Ice. He's a fool. He was saying that the Clippers should retire Kobe's jersey because of all he did for the city. It's like at this point, we should just retire Jerry West, Magic, and Elton Baylor's too. Like, stop.
Clippers should retire Kobe's jersey. No, respectfully, no.
Yeah, Crushed Ice. I mean, he just
Crushed ice.
I think he's just disappointed. Yeah, he's just disappointed that we are actually becoming something. And it's
You talking
hurting.
about wait, you talking about O'Shea?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
He hates on the Clippers so much. He says we defaced the Magic statue because the Staples Center people put balloons on it during the 2012 playoff run. Is that defacing it?
Yeah, man. I'm being honest. Don't nobody listen to O'Shea Jackson when it comes to sports. So big shout out to him though.
Respectfully.
I got
I
nothing.
got the thing right here.
Get it.
Disrespectfully.
This is Sports Illustrated who posted this with shout out to Robin Lundberg. He's from New York. He came with Max Kellerman and all that. He posted this.
Colin from Queens, remember me, Robin. You know the smoke.
Give Jokic the number 15 that Anthony wore in Denver.
What I believe is that they gave him 15 to try to erase
what you did, or
what I
your
did.
accomplishments over there.
However, I'm pretty sure the team wasn't thinking about the ramifications when the Joker was selected during a Taco Bell commercial in the second round. I guess Melo could make the argument they should have retired his jersey, but he was still in the league at the time, and he uses the number 7 in his hashtag. Stay Melo indeed. Carmelo Anthony is in his field.
That's it? Okay, well, I agree with that guy, but I will say that...
Hold on. I'm going to be honest. I think we need the full clip. That doesn't really remember the clip where he was saying that he think the Denver Nuggets, they did that on purpose, and how he said they put Joker in the middle of it, and Joker ain't got nothing to do with it, and he basically cursed like, how y'all giving them, know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think that clip wasn't a good clip for people that didn't see the full. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I think I can get the gist of it. I mean, if he wants to pull it up, I'm down, but I think I don't think the Nuggets did it with any expectation, gave Jokic 15 with any thought that he could potentially be a retired number, or never, definitely not the best player in the franchise history. But I will say this. I don't think they tried to erase Melo like that. I think that's a harsh word. But if you give somebody a number of a player that's done that much for you, that shows me that you're not like gun-ho ready to retire his number, which honestly I understand from Denver's perspective. But the fact that they let Jokic take the number showed they had they weren't committed to retiring it. Like, I promise you, no one's going to wear 35 for Golden State. They're not going to let anyone wear it because KD's getting his number retired. So Melo, it's really harsh. I've had this conversation with a lot of people before. I legitimately don't know if Melo's going to have his number retired anywhere because I think he has a better legacy as a Nugget, even though New York likes him more. And like, I guess if the standard for the Knicks, I understand what he did. He was a great player for them in a time that people didn't want to go and, they weren't good. Like, my whole life, I'd say Melo might be the best Knick, but that's not saying anything to me, especially as a franchise with the Knicks history that in the 20th century, they were actually a good franchise with a lot of success. So they have some great all-time players up there. I don't know if Melo should get his number retired, but obviously you guys can speak on that. Much more than I should. I shouldn't really speak on that as much because I don't know what he means to the community as much, but he's a better Nugget for me. And it's a shame that he probably won't get his number retired because Jokic is the best player they've ever had. I don't know if they can retire both numbers, but I don't think long story short, I don't think they tried to erase it. But the fact that they let him have it shows that they were not ever like, yeah, we're definitely retiring Melo's number. There's no questions asked.
Yeah, but don't say that you can't speak on it because if you had been a LeBron fan, or you were a LeBron fan first right before recently, and that means you watched him from the beginning, damn near. Melo's, it's arguable he was Rookie of the Year the same year as LeBron. So, I mean, you know firsthand. You're a West Coast guy. You know firsthand. You know he deserves that number 15 retired. Yeah.
Oh, in Denver. Absolutely. But what can you do? They gave it to the best player in franchise history.
Well, for me, I don't know if his number should be retired in Denver. I want to ask y'all, and maybe y'all could answer later on. What's the qualifications for your number being retired for a franchise? So for me, I think now Carmelo, is he a great player? Yes, like what he did in Syracuse, even what he did in Denver, just in totality in the NBA. Is he a great player? Yes. Will he go down as one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen? Yes. But this is me being honest, not trolling. Excuse me. I think his Denver Nuggets career is overrated.
Wow.
They made playoffs many a times, but that duration, he was a Nugget. He never made all NBA first team. He never was an MVP. He didn't win a scoring title. Remember, I'm just talking about when he was with the Nuggets. He was only an all-star 4 times. All the times they went to the playoffs, they lost 1-4, 1-4, sweep, 2. So, for me, if we're talking culture, then yes, because I'm starting to notice a lot of players they get a lot of props from just being part of the culture and what they did for the culture. But if we talking about now, before he came to the Denver Nuggets, they was dirt, so he made them relevant. I give him props for that. But and look how he left. So why would he expect them to respect him? The way he left, the way he forced his way out, I would expect him to do some sucker-ish. Now, what they did, is that considered sucker-ish? I don't know, but I think he has a point, but not so much. Like I said, I don't know if he's a Denver Nugget legend. I'm just being honest with you, because what did he really do over there?
Yo, that's insane.
All right. Hold on. There's a couple things going on right now. Melo has a platform right now, so we're able to hear from him. So that's first. Like, that's this, because people are asking, like, why hasn't he ever said anything about this, before all of this success that Denver's having now? Why saying something? Because he has a platform. That's first. Second, they didn't just give number 15 to Joker. Like, Anthony Randolph had that number before Joker. So it happened before Joker even came in the league. So if we're talking about the disrespect didn't just start with Nikola Jokic.
Right.
They started disrespecting him long ago. Now, I don't know why he should feel like he has an expectation of them respecting him because of the way he left out. You know what I'm saying? That's off the court shit. Simply saying he's not a Denver Nugget legend, like that's crazy too. That's crazy. That's insane. Like it was a shit show before he got there. He was a lottery pick. He gets picked. They're immediately a playoff team. They go from a lottery team to a playoff team as soon as he walks in through the door. LeBron didn't do that for Cleveland. D Wade, obviously they were a playoff team as well, but like that doesn't happen all the time. You're a rookie player being the best player on your team, leading you to the playoffs. And that happened multiple seasons after. Now, we could say what we want about the team's success. Yeah, they weren't great in the playoffs. They didn't go far. Obviously, it took some time before they get a real team around them. And what happens? They make it to the conference finals. So I think he should be given a lot more credit for what happened in Denver. They had a lot of success while he was there. Not everybody wins the championship. At that time, there were only a couple of teams in that Western Conference that were legit title contenders. Denver was never really won. So I don't think he has a point about erasing his memory because nobody could bank on Joker being what he was. Nobody knew that coming out. Nobody knew this second round pick was going to be this. So you can't really be mad at that, in my opinion. But the disrespect started long ago. If he's really wants to talk about it, I don't think you could try to take away from Joker now. They already gave it to Anthony Randolph before they thought about giving this to Joker.
But Fleet, can I ask you a question before Fabian go? And Dom can chime in also. If we give you everything a player did for organization, that time those years Melo was there. Let's just say we don't say the name. We just go 16-29 in the playoffs. Got to the Western Conference Finals one time. No scoring titles. No All-NBA first team. No MVP. If it's not Carmelo Anthony, will we still be saying that player deserves to have their number retired?
Yeah. Depending on like a lot of other things, not just that. I think the other stuff matters. Like,
all right, but what's the other stuff though?
He could have came in and they could have continued to be shitty. Like they weren't. They could have been. They were a lottery team coming in. So the year before he was there, they weren't good. They weren't a playoff team. They were like a 20-win team, something like that. So they were going to be a high pick. So I just think what he added to the team and the value of the team, like guys wanted to play over there now. After a while, people wanted to come there. Iverson wanted to come and play with the dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, he was an attraction for the Denver Nuggets. The playoff success, the individual success in terms of MVPs and scoring titles and things like that. He was a consistent all-star, a bona fide all-star, a perennial all-star, not a fringe, not a guy who's just gonna make it once or twice. He was the guy there. So I think he deserves more credit than what Denver is giving him. But I don't think that he should be mad that Joker's gonna get his number retired as 15. Like that, I don't think he should even be worried about that.
Okay. Somebody else, Fabian, Dom? I mean,
I thought Dom was gonna say something else. I think you were inspired. I think from Fleet. I think this comment, sometimes the comments pop up from B stands out a lot to me. The Nuggets gave Melo's number away on purpose. George Karl gets standing ovations in Denver still. George Karl, I hate George Karl with a passion. I think he ruined the Sonics. I think he ruined those Denver Nuggets teams. The Nuggets had to deal with that. But that's the politics I'm always referring to. Like for Carmelo Anthony, he was still great. He was a great scorer. But legend, clearly it wasn't enough that what he did in Denver for them to give away the number like that. On top of that, the way you left was crazy. The way you left was crazy. It's just like anything else. You just saw the way LeBron left Cleveland.
What's so crazy about asking out, though?
Because you just saw LeBron leave Cleveland. Like, you have to be careful with the way you abandon a fan base. You just told me how he revitalized the entire fan base. So that means there were a lot of like fake Nuggets fans that were around because of Carmelo Anthony. But if he took them from obscurity and from nobody caring about them to all of a sudden being that relevant, that's what LeBron did for Cleveland in a way, right? Okay, cool. Great. But my problem with Carmelo has always been that you ain't LeBron. You ain't even D Wade. And they teamed up and you went to the Knicks for what? You had a great team in Denver. It wasn't like they weren't giving you players over there. You made the Western Conference Finals. You got Chauncey Billups. So to abandon all that, they were like, yo, that's foul. If they felt this way about you that badly, they wouldn't have given 15 to Randolph and to a second round pick. They didn't know Joker was going to be like that, to your point, Flea. They didn't know that. So they said, yeah, the hell with you. I ain't mad at Denver. It wasn't like he created this. It wasn't like he was LeBron in Cleveland. I don't care he didn't make the playoffs in the first year. He made the finals. He was killing. He was on his way to he's compared to Mike and he's answering the bell in a lot of ways. Melo is a second or third pick. Everyone said Detroit should have picked him. Okay, we might look at him differently, went to Detroit, but he's just a great scorer. Nothing else about him. A lot of his ways are selfish. What the hell is he talking about at this point? What is he talking about? Joker just won a championship, several MVPs. You should say, damn, maybe the way I left was kind of crazy because the number 15 is going to be washed away with a guy who's legit top 10 center right now, MVP that might make the finals again. Anything else sounds like hate once again. Maybe that's how you actually feel, Melo, but maybe the way you sound right now and the way it comes off is the same way you came off back then. And maybe you ain't changed, and that's why the fans ain't messing with you like that. That's why the Nuggets ain't messing with you, preserving your legacy in Denver. That's how I feel about it. Like he shouldn't. I think he lacks self-awareness in a lot of ways.
Damn,
wow.
That was a great point. And before Dom go, I'm gonna just say when you said the selfish part, let's not forget his former teammate Nene said it as well. So I'm, like I said, for me, Flea, all y'all make great points. It's just like I said, I don't know what the criteria is for your number to be retired for organization. But like I said, for me, as great as Melo was, Flea, when you look at the whole scheme of things, and now even him
retiring Shaq's number in Orlando, I think that's disgusting, personally.
Okay, all right, I get it. But when it comes to
we should have that conversation in a sec. I'm down to.
But
Shaq,
I think that's ridiculous.
You think Shaq being retired in Orlando, but we kind of know what that's about.
Wait, let's stay on Melo though for a sec.
I'm just saying.
No, hold on, wait.
My point is that everybody's not consistent. Teams have different criterias. We can't. This is not like a monolith across the 30 NBA. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that the criteria for retiring numbers changes by franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Denver Nuggets, though, there's no doubt in my mind that Carmelo Anthony is probably one of the 10 best players they've ever had. Not just how good he was skill-wise, but like what he contributed to the franchise. Like taking a franchise from being asked to making the playoffs consecutive years is impressive, I think. And when you said the All-Star thing, I was looking at what you were saying because you said All-Ball said he only made the All-Star team, 3 years as a Nugget? I was like, he really only made the All-Star team 4 years? And then I looked at I was looking at his Wikipedia. Listen, I think it's funny when people say that the All-Star game rosters now should be expanded because there's so much talent in the league. To me, there's always been a lot of listen to this. In 2006, he wasn't an All-Star and he averaged 26.5 points a game. Mm-hmm. In that NBA. That's like 30 points a game now. And he didn't even make the All-Star team in the West.
He was a star.
I know. And it just shows how much talent the NBA had. Like the NBA is just a special league. So I think the All-Star thing is a little harsh. He was an All-Star player from honestly, what year? Well, you guys watched it. By the time I was watching, it was year 3. He was an All-Star cal. When I looked at the screen, he stood out.
From year 2 or 3 for me, he was one of the better players in the league. So one of the best.
And then 2009, they had their run with Chauncey. I agree with one. I was going to ask you this, Flea. When we talk about the lack of team success, I kind of agree more with Fabian on that, though. Like, they gave him Allen Iverson. Their 2 best players didn't really guard like that, though. So you're not going to beat a team like San Antonio or the Lakers. And you're very largely like an ISO style team. But they push pace and the game slows down in the playoffs. And then they got Billups and they went to a new level.
Different team.
Right. And then this is my biggest question, and I can't wait to go do a deep dive on the series one day. How did they lose to Utah in 2010 coming off that 09? I remember George Karl had cancer, but like, what happened? I forget that series completely.
That is very vague to me. I'm not even gonna act like
I know no one revisits it.
I'm not even gonna act like I remember. Did they have the exact same team from the NBA from the conference finals team last year?
Let me check the roster real quick.
That roster, that 20, and that's the last year he played with them. That last full season he played with them. So I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember that.
I have it up.
Is that the Ron Williams?
Yeah.
Boozer,
Carlos
Boozer
Boozer
there.
and all them dudes.
Andre
That was a good
Karolinko.
team. That was a good team. But the Nuggets, I thought that I didn't think the Nuggets here's the roster, by the way. So they won 53 games in 2010. They had Aaron Aflalo, Birdman, Carmelo Anthony, Ronaldo Balkman, Chauncey, Anthony Carter, Joey Graham, Nene, Ty
That's
Lawson,
why they lost.
Kenyon Martin. Why? Because that Ty Lawson?
No, the first 6-7 names you named, they have my man but they have my man
Kenyon Martin, Johan Petro, J.R. Smith. Yeah, but I'm trying to think who's actually getting
Buckman, man.
who's actually Ronaldo Balkman.
That's my guy.
But I think they were only giving 9 guys minutes. Anthony Carter, Ty Lawson, Birdman, Aflalo, and then Melo, Kmart, Chauncey, Nene, and J.R. Smith. Isn't that the same team?
Virtually.
What was the starting lineup in 09? It was Dante Jones, Chauncey, Carmelo Anthony, Kenyon Martin, and was it Nene?
Yeah.
And then Birdman came off the bench. JR came off the bench.
So Camby's gone.
But Fleet, that
Camby was on the Clippers in 09. That's right. Low key, they went to a new. Go ahead.
That 09. That's a big difference with Chauncey Billups. And what was the second guard's name?
It was Dante Jones or Aaron.
Right, because he was a two-way player. So for me,
whoa, you gonna disrespect my UCLA guy Aaron Aflalo like that? Aaron Aflalo could shoot better. He can make shots better than Dante Jones, and he's not a bad defender at all. He was a good defender.
Yo, Fleet, that was a
not Dante Jones, but
huh?
Aflalo's another J. Cole lookalike, like Tobias Harris. Like these guys look like J. Cole. I mean, I don't know. Like it's not like super, but it's still. I don't think Anthony Carter got that many minutes. Like he's kind of a throwback 2000s kind of. He was on the Miami Heat before.
16 minutes a game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
in the playoffs. He only played one game.
But I want to go back to that topic where you brought up Shaq and Orlando. Like touch on that when he mentioned that. That's the one where you were like, wait a minute.
Well,
it was different with Orlando.
For me, I kind of know what that was about. That was that was politics, man. Just Shaq now being who he is, and Orlando just showing love. To me, that wasn't
top 5 Orlando Magic ever, though. Let's be honest. Impact-wise, he put them on the map. So
yes.
If you're 4 years,
but that's a different topic, though, Dom.
No, it's not.
No, wait. It's not. Is Melo a top 5 Nugget? It's not a different topic. Is he?
I mean, I would say yes. Like people are gonna love Alex English over Carmelo Anthony. That's just a question.
Yes, of course they will, but that's okay though. He still could make the top 5 even with English in there.
Okay.
English, Jokic.
Is Jamal Murray in there?
They probably like him more at this point. He won the championship as a second guy. I'd probably say he's gonna be in there.
And older Nugget players, and older Nugget fans,
Kiki Vandeweghe
is gonna be.
Is Kiki Vandeweghe a better Nugget than Melo? I don't know enough about. He went to my high school, by the way. Best player we've ever had. But I've never seen. Excuse me.
James Posey.
he tried to whisper that. You get out of here with
what
that.
About James Posey?
He was a Nugget. He played for a bunch of years.
He like James
Posey the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, man.
He was a good role player, though, James Posey.
Hold on. So then, well, see, you're laughing, but now you're working against the whole argument. So if that's the case, Carmelo's a top 5 Nugget, bro.
Yeah, I'm not arguing it. I'm not arguing it.
All balls laughing.
No, but hold on. No. The big shot of James Posey, great role play. Like, I'm not, but to me, Carmelo Anthony could be a Denver Nugget top 5 player all time, also by default. Let's just figure that organization probably didn't have a whole bunch of great plays for their whole duration. They've been around.
That's the point.
Where does Mutombo lie on the list?
He should be in there. Somebody just commented that he should be in there.
Wow.
But all ball, what you just said is the exact reason why he should get his number retired. Because not all the franchises have a history like the Knicks or the Pistons or the Celtics or the Lakers. Like, they don't have a great history. They just won their first ring, and it was their first finals appearance ever. So Melo, now I don't think he can get his number retired because of the Jokic, but based on what he did, he should. However, I'll tell you this. If a guy walks out like that and the fan base doesn't like him, he shouldn't get his number retired, because why would the fans come to a retirement ceremony that they don't like someone?
But for me, Dom, great point. But for me, I'm just being honest. You said it earlier. It's different criteria for different organizations. I'm saying, for me, just a fan from the inside, from the outside looking in, when you break down everything with Melo as far as playoff success and accolades and things of that nature, I don't know if he's done enough for the Denver Nuggets to retire his number. And I'm gonna just go a step further. He better be careful, because depending on what Brunson does with the Knicks, he might be forgotten about over here too.
Not forgotten about.
No, all right, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? Get out of here. He might be.
Yo, why are we trying to bury Melo right now? Like,
he buried himself, Flea.
But going back to the Orlando thing, right? Again, yes, Flea, is unfair. Yes, Flea, it's politics. It's not. There is kind of a monolith across the league. Shaq did not have to get his number retired by the Magic. The way he left was crazy. You left Penny. You went to a finals.
True.
Then you went to the Lakers. You sold them out. But he came back, and Shaq, being Shaq, funny, entertaining, he went over there. Melo ain't doing any of that. Let's be honest, bro. He thinks he's better than what he is. A lot of fans.
I've always thought that about him when he was a player, but
a lot of fans, including having to like go in, and he probably thinks it's kissing ass to go to the Nuggets and be like, yo, let's work something out where I'm over there, and I could be an ambassador for the Nuggets, but you trying to be an ambassador for the Knicks. Let's be real. He wants to be a Knick. Now all of a sudden you mad because they didn't retire your jersey? Come on, man.
We really gotta revisit that 2010 series one day, because first of all,
we probably need to really be responsible and watch that entire clip. Let me just say that. We need to watch that entire clip.
Right.
Because there's no way you're gonna tell me he breached that question. That goofy over there probably asked him the question and he had to answer it. I'm on a podcast. Let's have some fun. Like, come on. I don't agree with him, but I do not think he wholeheartedly feels this way either.
Great transition, Flea.
Like, statistically speaking, like you said, impact speaking, culturally speaking, community speaking.
Yeah.
Fam, come on.
It's not a comparison. It's like, I know it. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, it's obvious that your jersey should be retired in Denver. That's obvious.
They should do it. I don't know. I don't really put no pressure on it though, but they should do it.
Keep it a buck.
Because it's we created something. We created
that team
something.
Before the powder blue jerseys, the Nuggets
were bland.
Bro. Like, they were like
we like that word.
We'll let you do that to me.
What you say, Flea?
I said he keep using that word. This episode. He called RJ bland too. Okay. I see what
I like that. I like when he did that too.
We don't let you do that. We'll let you do that. We'll hold him down.
So, yo, listen, man. Like, people, numbers switch all the time, but I know I ain't go out there. I play basketball.
That was a petty maneuver. It wasn't like, oh,
okay, that was it, right? Like,
no.
There was more.
Yeah. Keep it right there where he said it's a petty maneuver. Keep it right there.
We got numbers to choose from. It was like, here.
Take this one.
You got 15. Like,
ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so they got rid of one and they banked on, but they both was good though.
Yeah.
And at the time, Nurkic was considered better than Jokic at that time, right? So everybody was like, why you get rid of Nurkic? Why you keep Jokic?
I always want to know.
He became, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The investment started to pay off, right?
And now it's like
15. Now I'm gone now. So now I'm 7 now. Like 7 is the new thing. I'm in the Mecca. I'm back.
That's it. It's God number.
It's a God's number. So I'm not even thinking about 15. I'm just thinking this is a chapter of my life. Boom. I love this chapter. That's 15 chapter. Now I got to move on. But now I'm coming back to play. But remember, it was lockout year. So you didn't really see no games. It wasn't no games the next year. So I didn't get to Denver. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't go to Denver for about 2 years after that, 2 seasons, because of lockout and the scheduling and
all that crazy shit.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing Denver 15. I'm like, fuck is going on? Like
Big Euro ass motherfucker.
15. So now just start thinking, oh, this is because this is the narrative that they put out there. He wanted to leave. He wanted to do this. He wasn't. Nah, but why would you disrespect by even offering that? Like the disrespect and you offering that showed me that you just wanted to erase everything that came prior to
That's crazy.
that right there. Right? So yeah, fuck y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you saying fuck me, dead smack to the rest of the world.
All right, fuck y'all too.
Cool. I ain't never say nothing bad about y'all. Y'all boo me. I never spoke bad about y'all. I never.
All right,
That's
yeah,
good, or we gonna keep going?
yeah, we get it. Yeah, all right. There's a little bit of emotion in there too. There's a little bit of there's probably on both sides too. Him and the Denver Nuggets. That there's more of a emotional situation than going by the letter of the law. Like, if y'all appreciated everything he did, y'all wouldn't have made that number available, right? That wouldn't have even been an option. Like, so I think that that's valid. You could see that there's, if I made a contribution, I leave 23 in Chicago, it's just not available. You just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't retired yet, but you just can't get it. I'm not comparing the players, Fabian. Fix your face. I'm just saying.
Nah, cause I hate when y'all do that, man. It's not the same. Mike retired, bro. That's a difference. He didn't leave the team stranded.
You're not. That's not my point.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying that if you respected my contribution and I'm an all-time great player for the organization, then yes, you don't allow the number to be available. That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is the way you left is really why they're doing that. It's really not your contribution, because who's a better scorer than Melo at that time? Like, he's a superstar. Right, okay, but you have to mention the legends now. That's what I'm saying. D Wade, like, so
Kevin Durant, yeah.
It's not your contribution. That's not what it is that they're disrespecting. And that word gets so overused because we did that, right? He ain't not disrespecting you, bro. That's part of life. You leave that way. You walk out of my life like that. I'm supposed to respect you?
Is Flea denying that?
But
He's
Flea,
not denying that.
I'm not.
But Flea, you said something earlier that what I don't like what Melo did in that clip, and I watched the whole thing. The number, like you said, the number was offered before the Joker. Mm-hmm. So don't act like you keep saying, number 15 and Joker this and Joker that. Bro, it was somebody else had it before the Joker. Mm-hmm. And let me ask y'all a question. With the Lakers, Kareem was 33, right? No, and Shaq wore 34. It's
32.
Right. It's tough, right? But like I said, I'm gonna be honest, and I know people think I be trolling, I be hating. If I'm a Denver Nugget, regardless of how he left, I don't know if I'm retiring his number. Now, if it's on, that's why you heard what homie said, and I said that if we're talking about impact, if we're talking about culture, the braids, how people dress, and tattoos, and I get it. But if we just talking strictly basketball, even though he was great and averaged this and did that, those years he was with the Nuggets, were they really successful?
Yes.
It depends on what you think is success.
Challenge that any day of the week with some of these other guys that have retired numbers. They're just like some of these other guys didn't average 25 a night for 8 straight seasons for a city and revive.
And we're in the playoffs every year.
In the playoffs every season. You in the postseason, which means you are got a shot, right? You're not a title contender, but you got a shot, right? You're in the tournament. So, I think that should be said. That should be said for something. But I only think that, my real point is I only think it really bothers him is because the dude that wears the number now is a 2-time MVP, probably one of the best players of all time. Right, like that stings a little more. It's not a bump. It's not a couple of bums, and it's a $2 whore. They just passing the jersey around here. Nah, this dude is legit, and that I'm sure that bothers him a little more than, okay, they just giving away the jersey. Because he can't justify it no more. He can't say, okay, it's not going to get retired. No, they're going to have to pay homage somehow to Joker. And putting that number in the rafters is the best way to do it.
That's going to sting, bro. Oh,
yeah,
my
that's
God.
going to hurt, Dom.
It's going to hurt.
I don't know if he ain't going to listen. I don't think so. I think he does not care, bro. I don't think he was a fuck about
sounded like he cared
he cares, bro.
He sounded like he cared just then.
I'm telling you, bro. I know his whole style.
That's all he got, man.
Bro, no, it's not. He's going to go try to be part of the Knicks organization. He keeps doing it. He's smart about this. Trust me. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not doing this for all that. You're doing it for us to comment on it. And I could tell because the next video that just popped up, it says 2 hours ago, is you explaining the Kevin Garnett situation. All of us have been wanting to know here what happened with you and Kevin Garnett forever. Now you're talking about it. Guess what?
What are you talking about?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Wow. When Kevin Garnett told him, your girl tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
But hold on.
Say that?
Y'all know what's crazy though?
Wow.
And I don't want to get into that, but
Garnett,
no, because hold on. Garnett never said he said that, and Melo never really said what Garnett said.
That's true.
So what I'm saying is that was never talked about. So Dom, basically it was Kevin Garnett, Boston Celtics playing the New York Knicks. Kevin Garnett's trash talking Melo the whole time. All of a sudden Melo flips and he's looking at him, whatever, he's pointing at him, trying to go fight him. After the game, he waits for Kevin Garnett at the bus.
I vaguely remember that.
Well, he said he went on the bus and he said they had a discussion. But let me just say this just real quick. I was watching Kwame Brown the other day, big shout out to him, and he was saying some of the stuff Kevin Garnett used to stay on the court. He said he had to approach Garnett before. Like, yo, bro, who you talk like, bro? So no telling what Garnett said to Melo. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they both don't confirm what was actually said, but hearing what Kwame Brown was saying the other day, hey man, Garnett is a maniac.
But
he is a weird. He's a strange guy.
I've heard that from several players.
It's just off the wall shit when he talks trash.
Yeah.
But my point is just Carmelo Anthony knows what he's doing. He left the Nuggets high and dry. He thought he was LeBron. Let's be like, I'm crystal clear about this. You were never LeBron. You were never D Wade. Point blank period. You were drafted with them. You didn't play to your potential. You didn't play defense. All of that. Everything else, you're very aware of what you're doing because you're on a podcast right now, intentionally putting these things out, talking about Kevin Garnett. If I'm gonna be real, in that clip I just saw right now, he really didn't try to. It's what Flea said. Melo edged him on. Yo, they should be stop disrespecting you, B. Stop disrespecting you. He initially said, like, I really don't care about that. Then the light flick. I saw the light flick in his eyes. Like, you know what?
I agree with that.
I peep everything, Melo. You might be in New York on the low. You were born in Brooklyn. I respect the hustle, but hell no, you shouldn't be. The way you left, it just erased it. You know what I'm saying? But you were a super scorer and everything. I respect what you're doing now because that's amazing if you talk about the Garnett thing and push that podcast because the podcast is a little bit, for me, it's tough to watch because Melo ain't being real, to be honest with you. He ain't being real. We need podcasts like this where we disagree. That's what a podcast, especially a sports podcast, y'all got to go at it. So it's tough to watch that, and he's using his superstardom to bring eyeballs to that podcast. So I love it. I love that aspect of it.
He has a podcast now, Melo?
Yes, Don.
Bro, since when? That was that guy's podcast.
Yo, Don is a maniac, yo.
You gotta love him, man.
Carmelo's had a podcast for a minute.
You gotta love him, man.
No, it's fairly new, Don, but that was great.
Bro, everyone has a podcast these days.
Yo, that was
how many players?
Yo,
I thought that was the guy's podcast and Melo was on a podcast.
Yo, that was great.
I think
that Melo has a podcast now. I never saw him as that kind of guy to want to do that.
Yo, Flea, this tells me that Don really never listens to me. He just lets my words go and he grabs 2 or 3. Don't even.
When did you say that Melo has his own show? I had no clue he had his own show.
I just said that for the last 5 minutes.
No, just now you said it. That's why I commented on it.
Yeah, that
5 minutes. That's why I commented on it.
Yo, that shit was
hilarious. Should we get into these comments?
Oh yeah, let's get to these comments, man, because
there's not that many of them.
They're going crazy. The one is 51.
HNC. Yep.
Bones got busy.
Yo,
BB.
Stuxinio.
Senio.
Hi, everyone. Hello, boss man. Greetings to all.
Man,
Greetings.
Hey ho, motherfuckers. The Sportsmen are back in the biz at it again. What's up, Shaft 9000?
pause.
That was aggressive.
That's his name. He's a loyalist.
Wow.
And
That
see,
shit, wow.
oh, what's up, Jesse? The Clippers run the city of demons. Excuse me. City of
Dom
Angels.
said earlier he was quite comfortable with himself. So Shaft 9000, what's going on?
La Bums. Salute to the 4 Sportsmen. What's up, Trini man?
Trini man,
chat.
Trini man.
Trini man. Stockzinho says O'Shea on the Clippers. When you go home and sleep and wake up, you think about it. When you go back and work out, you think about it. When you're about to get freaky at night, you think about it. That was Giannis. That's what Giannis said, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He's ridiculous. The Nuggets gave, yeah, you already read that one. Melo's going hard on some gematria woo-woo trip or some shiz. Or he's mixing his meds. Jesus. Cook all ball. Overrated Denver career.
Mhm.
Damn.
Yo. Anyone can still make the Hall of Fame without a retired franchise jersey number. Yo. He left Denver in a way that they could rebuild. He didn't have to give them that opportunity. Thoughts?
It's true.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. Hold. Just give me 10 seconds on that.
You got a nice haul.
I don't know what happened in behind the scenes, but you know, I like when players go, hey, well, get something for me, pause, because I'm out of here. So if it happened like that, I can respect that.
Well, they
I don't
ended up
think that's
getting
I
They
mean,
they ended up getting the pick that turned into Jamal Murray. You know that, right?
let anybody else tell it. We gave up too much. We gave up Gallinari. We gave up Wilson Chandler. We gave up
Al Harrington,
got Mozgov, Al Harrington. Like we gave
Raymond
up.
Felton.
Flea, who was
And
the
just got
GM?
Raymond Felton back. That was the funniest part.
Flea, who was the general manager for the Nuggets back then? You know it.
Masai Ujiri, right?
Masai.
Exactly.
It was
Yeah.
Masai.
Exactly.
That's when I
That
got
was
to
the
know him.
first
They
time?
did it. The Association, Denver Nuggets did that show. Did you remember? There was a show on NBA TV called The Association.
Yeah.
It was so good. Yeah, it used to be like a inside look at a team each year. They had Lakers, Celtics, Nets,
Dope. It was dope.
and Denver one year. I think it was 2013. They did Denver. We
To
got
answer
see
the question,
Masai. Yeah.
To answer the question, no, I do not think that you gave him opportunity. Masai Ujiri is no dummy. He saw you weren't re-signing. If the trade deadline's approaching, guess what? We're going to trade you, bro. You don't want to be here. We see all the signs with New York.
That's true. That's
Knock
true
it
too.
off. Melo, I respect the hustle, bro. Trust me. I salute you.
Yeah, the way he left was nasty. Gave Denver legit reason to ignore him. They'd be ignoring him beyond jersey retirement too, whenever. Might as well retire my number 2. Facts, all ball.
Yo, all ball is disgusting. This is crazy. Look at the wave he's starting out here. Might as well
Clip gang or don't
retire Sir Real's number. Shut
Listen,
up.
nobody agrees with me. So when I get guys that agree with me, listen, man, I love it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ass whooping tour continues today. Yeah, Clippers, Minnesota. It's a shame it's on at the same time as the Rams playoff game. So we'll be live later tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for Clippers, Wolves, definitely, and then talk about Rams, Lions.
That's gonna be a
They
good.
should have rescheduled that. That's crazy.
Salute, fellas. Hashtag. Well, we didn't think Clippers and Minnesota Timberwolves was gonna be that marquee of a matchup before the season started. Big game today. Yes. Salute to realists. Yeah, Minnesota will be a good test. I think we got this one too. If we're being fair, LeBron wouldn't have gone past the first round in the West. I think it's a little harsh, man. It depends on who his team was.
What
Western
team?
Conference.
What the hell are you people talking about? What
He's
team is
clearly
LeBron
talking
going to have
about
in the
his
Western Conference?
He's clearly talking about his first tenure in Cleveland.
Listen, bro. He did not have Carmelo's team. Y'all be talking some crazy.
Excuse me?
I get it. He got rookie of the month every year. He was the first player to get rookie of the month every year and not get rookie and not get rookie of the year. Cool. Maybe they should have been co-rookies of the year. I've always conceded that. Cool. To just imagine that LeBron would not pass the first round and Carmelo did or whatever the hell it was. He wasn't a better player than LeBron.
True. Yeah, Melo got past the first round, so you can't. I don't feel like what Melo said.
Hold on. Sometimes when we talk, the mics clash.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what Fleet was saying in the clash. What do you say, Fleet?
I just said nobody's arguing if he was ever better than LeBron James.
Yeah.
I just think that we got to stop acting like he was Rip Hamilton because he wasn't.
True.
Ooh,
No, just
ooh.
Wow.
Shots at Rip Hamilton.
Yeah,
Word.
Rip Hamilton catching strays.
The former champion. Jesus, go right, Fleet.
Deserve
Great
that
player.
straight.
One of the best off-ball movers I've ever seen. I don't feel like what Melo said is that crazy. Jokic ain't asked to get number 15. The Nuggets just gave it to him.
Yo, am I the only one that's ever? I gotta look to find this. Richard Hamilton went into a live post game conference with out of nowhere with a Jamaican accent. Nobody believes me.
I don't know.
I swear to God. I swear to
Oh,
God.
you gotta
I
find that.
swear.
That'd be hilarious to find.
I don't know if it was the Bud, but at that time, it's almost 20 years ago.
Yo,
I
Shout out to
swear
Rip
to
Hamilton.
God. Yeah, shout out to Rip Hamilton.
Can I ask y'all a quick? Can I ask y'all a quick question before we move on to another topic, or before Dom finish some of the comments? Now we know right now Joker, he says he's not on social media. He doesn't care about a lot of things. Do you think he actually knew that was Carmelo Anthony's number? And if he did, he would have been like, "Nah, I'm not taking that number." No, I'm being for real, because he makes it seem like he's not. Seriously,
I think he probably did, but like,
I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and get y'all shit off, because I got something to say about that. Go ahead, Don.
whoa, no, I don't have anything to say about that. I just don't think he knew.
I got shit to say. I want to hear what Flea got to say after that commercial.
This fucking gimmick that he puts off, that he doesn't care about basketball.
Thank you, Flea.
He don't know or is not familiar with what the hell is going on. Like, there's no reason you would want to be in the NBA if you didn't know beforehand what the hell was going on, some of the lineage, some of the history of the game of basketball. Like, miss me with this, I only give a fuck about the horses. Excuse my language, y'all, but like, miss me with this, all I care about is horses. I don't really care about, like, you're not one of those typical I want the fame dudes, but miss me with the I don't know who this and who that is. No.
But let me ask you a
don't
question.
hear that shit.
Let me ask you a question.
The type of basketball player you are, you had to know who hoopers were. Your footwork, your handle, your touch, how you pass the basketball, your IQ, all of this stuff you did not pick up from overseas. Respectfully.
Flea, hold on, no, state it. No, wait,
like,
state it. No, Flea,
no,
wait,
like, we gotta
state it. Flea, stay there. Another question, because this the Flea I love. I love you, period. But pause. But hold on, stay there, because I ain't hear nobody ask this. So forget the organization. Does that mean the players don't respect Melo? Because don't they have a right to go, I don't want that number? Explain that part. Why take the number?
That's a fair question. I think that's a fair question.
He clearly doesn't care.
Yeah, it clearly doesn't care, but I think that's a fair question. So
let me ask y'all a question. Hold on, let me ask the panel a question. Should players care? No, hold on, Dom, because I kind of want to word it right, because I really love to hear your opinion on this, because I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say this or talk about this, so we gonna claim it the first time on the Four Sportsmen.
Yeah, let's go.
Should players care whether they should get a certain number or not? If I go to the Denver Nuggets, I forgot the guy that had it first, the Joker, and they offer me number 15, should I be respectful and go, no, that was Carmelo Anthony's number, that was so-and-so number? Should players do that right now for themselves or for the other player? Should that happen?
Case by case basis, I think it all depends on what guys really talk about: impact, culture, what you did for the organization. If I'm just, for instance, my guy, I'm an Allen Houston guy, right? Allen Lee, right? Did what he did for the Knicks, right? Because I loved it, because y'all loved him, right? We may think he's one of the greatest of all time as a New York Knick, right? But some other guys may not think that. So they might not have the same level of, my point is, guys may not have the same level of respect, to answer your question. They may look at it like, okay, he was great for the organization, but is he a great player in totality?
No, wait, please stay. No, wait, I'm gonna stay there. Remember what you said. If you watch the game and you know the game, you know these players, you know their impact, you know what they mean cultural. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So now you can finish. I'm saying if you know that, because it may not be players that know that, but like you said, guys with certain IQs, guys who's at a certain level, y'all know who's who and what's what.
Let me ask this, and going along with what you're saying. Has anybody wore the number 3 for the Philadelphia 76ers since Allen Iverson left? And that's just, I'm asking a question. I'm not saying I know or I don't.
Iguodala didn't wear it, right?
9. He was a number 9.
They want a team
Nah,
together.
right, 9, 8.
Right.
No, I don't
But
think.
when I'm at, has anybody worn it? Has
I don't
anybody?
think so, right?
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge.
That's impossible. They would never.
Yeah.
They would never. They would never. The
Okay,
contribution
but-
from Allen Iverson is loud.
Very
It's
much.
loud. It's in Philly. In Philly, they love him. They
No.
adore him.
But the way everybody talks about Melo, that was loud in Denver.
Yeah.
No,
Not
it
that
wasn't.
loud.
Not the way. Remember, AI got traded out of Philly, bro. They traded him to Melo. His fans. He had white kids wearing braids, bro. This is a different.
But
You
what
can't
I'm,
even
level.
compare this
I'm
guy
not
to Carmelo
comparing that.
Anthony.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why'd you say that then?
You just did.
No,
You just
no,
compared him to Carmelo Anthony.
no. You said it was loud. I'm saying for how we talk about Melo as a basketball community, I'm saying for the Denver Nuggets, he was loud.
Yeah, he
No,
was.
that's
Just
what I'm
not to
saying.
that
You
level.
can't
I'm
act
saying.
like people can't act like
Not
they didn't
what-
know
not-
who did.
hold on. Expound on that, Don. What you mean? Not what level? What you mean? Not what level?
Level of worship from Philadelphia fans.
Okay.
Allen Iverson was there
Okay.
longer. He went to the finals, and he just I mean, the one
Okay.
thing about Iverson is like he wasn't. I don't know. Did people say he was lazy? I thought maybe defensively, huh? But that whole
Yeah,
his whole
right.
reputation was he played every game like it was his last. That was his whole thing.
I've never heard he was lazy. To be
I
honest,
never, but to do what he did, right? Like we're not gonna discredit Allen Iverson right now. Like he was great, obviously. I'm just saying he got a lot of respect from that Philadelphia community because of how he played the game. Not so
Yeah,
much,
That's what I mean.
yeah. Not
That's what I mean.
of his stature in the NBA. Obviously, he was great, but how he played is what.
And my thing is, how did Melo play the game compared to AI? I know AI didn't play defense or
Yeah.
lockdown defense. He played the passing lanes, but he threw his body on the line. If he had a new
That's what
injury
I
every second of the day.
Yeah.
Carmelo was a big body. He thought he was kind of AI also. You're not that guy, bro. You had to earn all of that, and he didn't. But to your point, is Joker supposed to know who Carmelo is? Number one. If we're gonna buy into, because you don't buy into that, Fleet. You don't buy into I watch basketball, I play basketball, but I know who the hell he was. You don't buy into that. I kind of do. These guys overseas, maybe it's different for them. I don't know. But I would have to believe if he felt Carmelo was that important to the NBA, to basketball, and to himself, there's no way he takes that number. There's no way he sees a number 15 Nuggets jersey and goes, yeah, give me that. And there's no thought. Nah, he doesn't know or doesn't care. One of the two.
Listen, I respect how you feel, bro. It's tough for me to like buy into this. I'm so I'm oblivious to what the hell is going on. I can't get with that shit. It's not authentic to me. You are too good to not have known and what know the history of the game. No, miss me with that shit.
Yeah, see, like when Mitchell Robinson said he doesn't know Hakeem Olajuwon, it's different because it's Mitchell Robinson. When Jokic is saying he doesn't know anything, that's a little weird because like he's just so great.
Hold.
He's high IQ.
Wait.
Mitchell Robinson said what?
You know about this?
Yeah.
Terrible.
He had
I
no
know who
idea.
Hakeem Olajuwon was, and Terry Rozier didn't know that Jordan three-peated twice. So
He didn't know
embarrassing.
a lot. But this is what I'm saying. These guys,
How you center and don't know Hakeem? That's
Fabian,
ridiculous.
I know that, but that's like crazy, right? And this is at the time where, what did I say to you the other night, Fabian? Where Mitchell Robinson didn't know how to play basketball. Like freak athlete, raw athlete, can jump up and down, get up and down the floor, block shots, do all of that type of shit, right? Too, but know how to play basketball. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like really know what how to play and how to play professionally. Like he's just figuring out how to play basketball. So when he said that a couple years back, that was not, it surprised us basketball people, but looking at him and knowing where he was at as an NBA player, that didn't surprise me either.
If you're even in the NBA and you're a center, you should know Hakeem Olajuwon. He didn't play that long ago.
But hold on. No. Again, and going back to your live from last night, all ball. Some guys don't love the game like that. Once you throw money in the mix, it changes everything.
Not all of it,
I don't
Playing it
have to
and
know
loving every single aspect of it is two different things.
I don't listen. I work on the track, right? You guys know I work on the track. Okay. There's a lot of legendary dudes there that get saluted like superstar dudes. The only reason why I know it because the name that people talk about them like that, and I work with some of the older versions of them, right? But what if I started working 10 years later at the same place? These legends and everything, it's just a myth, but they're gone. The guys who repeat their names, they're gone. So for you, I don't know when they told Mitchell Robinson this, when they asked him this, was this when he was a teenager or today? That's two different times, number one. Number two, even if that, whenever it was, when he didn't acknowledge Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon got 2 championships. He owns Houston, as you say, Flea, right? He owns Houston. How much more better can you get for a franchise than Hakeem Olajuwon and still not be remembered like that by an average or above average center at that position? So for Carmelo to be remembered and respected, even though it is more recent, is again
That's fair.
AI ain't win, and you have to salute AI.
True, that's what I was saying about it.
I understand what you're saying, Fabian. That's fair. That's fair. Word.
All right, let's see. This guy says, personally, I think of Carmelo Anthony as a Denver Nugget. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? Says, Dime is a hater. Hashtag stay mellow. That's not ridiculous.
There's no way Jesse loves Carmelo Anthony.
I know, no way. That's not ridiculous for them to retire Shaq's number, but the Dwight Howard did have a better career with the Magic. Dwight Howard's number should be retired soon too when he retires.
Yeah.
Nah, Melo is clearly a top 10 player in Nuggets history. Okay, I agree. Well, see, Dwight's exit was pretty sketchy too. Is he asking out? Is he not? That was so weird. But he should get his number retired. His was ridiculous.
Yes.
Didn't he get the GM fired?
He got the coach fired, didn't he?
Dwight Howard
got Stan out of there. And I think Stan got.
He was one of the worst ever.
It was bad. West was better. Yeah, but why we assume LeBron wasn't going to get better team around him as well? LOL. Fish, what's up, Fish? Says Melo jersey should be retired by Denver, period. Ooh. Melo was only successful in the playoffs when he had a real leader at point guard. Chauncey in 09, an old kid in 13. Interesting. It's true. It's just unfortunate that Nikola Jokic wears the number 15 and is a greater Denver Nugget historically. Surreal says Carmelo is the 4th best Nugget in history. Pagan said, who are the other 3? Joker, English, and Issel? Oh, Dan Issel. I don't know all of the extent of all his accomplishments with Denver. Rank Clippers Big 4 if everyone is in their prime. Jesus Christ. All right, real quick. Kawhi Leonard, as much as I don't like him, James Harden, Paul George, Russell Westbrook.
Nuts.
Wow.
Wow, who are you going with?
No, I'm saying wow because
I'll probably flip flop.
he said all in a prime and you put Hard number 2. Wow, Dom.
What he did. I think neither of those 3 are the best part of the championship team, and Harden was the closest.
I mean, all in their prime.
I ain't got nothing to say to that. I love it. Thank you.
Paul George, by the way, Paul George is not as far out of his prime as James Harden or Westbrook, any of these guys. Paul George, if the season ended today, would be shooting career highs in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and free throw.
Chris Paul on his prime or his peak.
I just saw a stat showing Paul George's last 13 games with y'all. It looks insane.
I know his shooting splits are crazy. He's knocking everything. He's hitting everything, and he's playing pretty good D. But anyway, yeah, facts. Marquinhos, I'm not even sure if I take that Miami Heat team in 13 to be a favorite in that Western Gauntlet Melo was going through. That's a bit much. 2013 Heat are a fantastic team. They won 27 games in a row. They won the championship. It's a ridiculous take. Yes, Fabian, you had something to say?
No, I think it's we'll get to the next topic first because it's 80 more comments. We haven't got to the next topic.
Is it? Well, I was gonna finish the Denver Nuggets ones. Mutombo, you acknowledge that. English led the 1980s in points scored. He's clearly a greater Melo as a Nugget.
And that's fair. That's totally fair because they're both scorers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dime, do you consider yourself a hardcore NFL fan or casual? Definitely more casual. Fabian, I'm not letting you get away with calling that Lakers 2020 a super team. That was a horrific take. It wasn't.
Hold on? I said the Lakers were a super team.
I don't remember you saying that in this live. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Dan Issel, Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, Jokic, Melo, Fat Lever.
Fat.
Yeah, Fat Lever, man.
Why are you laughing? Why is he laughing about Ty Lawson? Ty Lawson was, sharp decline, but he was good in Denver.
No, but hold on. Ty Lawson is legendary. Nobody laughed at Ty Lawson, so don't try to put that on us. Nobody laughed at Ty Lawson.
No, he's laughing at him.
Yeah.
Believe he would say he's a casual when it comes to J.R. Smith, Robert Pack, James Posey. Dude was nasty with the Celtics. Joker, Alex English, and David. We didn't give Skywalker a mention.
Yeah,
ABA days.
He got his career short. Dave Thompson is the OG to Michael Jordan. For you that don't know, that's the Michael Jordan OG. North
You can
Carolina State.
Yes. You can retire the same number twice. Drew Pearson, 88, Michael Irvin, 88, Billy Sims, 20, Barry Sanders, 20. Is that an option, guys?
Ooh,
That's all football.
nice.
That's all football.
Don't the Knicks have it?
With who?
Earl Monroe and someone else.
Earl, what? 13?
15.
15.
Either way, make it more prominent then. Carmelo, go talk to Denver, bro. Like make your name more. You should be respected at least because you still were an attraction to the NBA. You mean a lot to the NBA at the end of the day. You're still on a podcast right now talking basketball. You should go get that money, man. Go get your jersey retired. Go promote that. This is a good start to it.
There's no justification to retire Melo's number in Denver. He forced his way out and only made the Western Conference Finals once. Jokic did way more in less time than Melo. In my humble opinion, Shaq has credit with the Magic because they never won a franchise chip. I'm sick of the old players. They always hating. I don't think was Melo really hating on Jokic?
Well, listen, I'm telling y'all now, before we go to this next topic, Melo gonna be on thin ice because Flea, when it comes to who's a better Knick, all I'm gonna say is this: if Brunson keep elevating, bro. I know people don't want to hear it, but I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna start going with Clyde, Pat, and they're gonna start going Brunson. He gonna get.
Oh, relax.
I'm open to it, but Brunson got a lot more to do.
You sure he got a lot more to do?
A lot more?
Okay. If y'all say so, okay. I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Melo should just fall back. Just be graceful. It will be all good. Knicks win what, by the way? They beat Memphis after losing Luka-less Mavs in a fashion. Aaron P. There's a real chance. Who's that in his profile picture? Oh, it's Kobe. There's a real chance Melo doesn't get his number retired anywhere. Which is kind of wild for a player of his caliber. Not the Knicks do it. Bernard King's number is even retired there.
Fact.
Fair point. How is his number not?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 seasons with us. Yeah, 4 seasons with us. And
English and Issel Nuggets. Yeah.
No, he just remembered. Anybody that talks about him is always a Knick, and maybe because I'm from New York, but he's always talked about as a Knick.
Jack only had 4 years in Orlando, so like y'all said, it depends on the organization. Everybody got different rules for different.
Knicks have rings, though. I guess the English and Issel Nuggets jerseys are classic, legendary throwbacks like the Nolan Ryan Astro jersey, says Fish. I got Mutombo over Melo too, actually.
No.
Cook, surreal. Y'all think the Celtics retire Ray Allen's number eventually? That's a good question.
I wouldn't.
Probably not, but man, he deserves it though, does he not?
Kevin, right? Didn't they put Kevin?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. They love him over there, but I mean,
Ray Allen.
After they all hugged him. Okay.
Kevin Garnett should not have his jersey, his number retired with the Celtics. That's silly. That's
what?
Silly.
Yes, he should. Yes, he should.
Okay, I disagree, Dime. I don't think he should be retired by the Celtics at all. He's a Timberwolf.
You said he's both. He can be retired for both.
Who said that?
Now I said that. Now we are doing conspiracy theories. However, Denver should have had the foresight to not give the number 15 away. Denver historically didn't have the cred to give that number away. Interesting point. Dime, send the link so I can cook you. Clipper fan. Joking. LOL. Same thing with Ray Allen and Giannis in Milwaukee. Ace Boogie said, y'all saw Sebastian Telfair on It Is What It Is, basically calling himself the GOAT high school hooper from New York. I think you guys were talking about that this week, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. We could talk about that.
No, I want no parts of that right now.
All right. Both were 32.
What's the next topic?
Shaq was 32. Yeah, go ahead. Shaq was 32 in Orlando. Magic was going to take it down for him. Shaq said now. Billy Sims took down 20 for Sanders.
And get the fuck.
Recognized game. I need to watch that clip. That was in regards to the Kevin Garnett Honey Nut Cheerios comment. Oh, Stratos. Melo definitely cares, but no one else does. Dime is so young. Bless his heart. Joker, Alex, Kiki. Some will love Murray above Melo for sure. That's a top 5 nugs to me. Honey Nut Cheerios. Garnett was reckless with the words to try to get dudes out their games, but he was way out of pocket. But he only approached international players. Rodney Rogers had him running.
Yo, Fabian,
I've heard.
Show the clip of Anthony Peeler giving Kevin Garnett one of these.
Interesting. I haven't heard that name in a while. ABA.
Hold on. Peeler played with him too. He was on the Lakers, but he also played with.
He played with him in Minnesota, but Peeler was on the Kings, and Kevin Garnett thought he could, and Anthony Peeler almost took his head off. Go find that right now. The people need to find that. That's
Last comment says Dime is too busy running around Hollywood with Johnny Drama. And then this guy said ABA David Thompson is goated and they might put a 2 behind Joker.
Yo,
All right, go ahead. Next topic.
Do you understand that comment, Dom?
Johnny Drama?
Yes.
Not Johnny Bravo.
Down too young.
Johnny Bravo,
Yeah, sometimes.
legendary. Let's go. What's next?
I'm sorry. I forgot I was the moderator. But so we're gonna stay out there in LA, Dom.
Uh-oh.
The Jazz. The Jazz got you. Yeah, boo them. Them Laker fans. You got the Laker fans singing the blues. Are the Lakers gonna make the playoffs? Do they have a chance? Is Mr. First option number one option? Is he gonna lead them to the playoffs? Can he come back with a roarous victory tomorrow against who was it, Flea? OKC.
OKC, yeah, they played the Oklahoma. Someone, yeah.
Take it from there, Flea. Do the Lakers have a chance to make the playoffs?
I don't got too much for this. Because I think I've said this on a couple of occasions now for the people. I was dead wrong about the Lakers at the beginning of the season. I walked in here and said the Lakers were gonna finish this season as the top seed in the conference. Drugs, y'all. Stay off of drugs, y'all. Don't do drugs. Okay. So it's hard for me to say that they're a bad team. I just think they're playing bad. Like, I think they're playing bad. I don't think that it's a collection of bad players. I just think that they just playing bad basketball. The lineups that Darvin Ham puts out there are not conducive to being lineups that, you know, you can score at a high clip. They don't have enough guys that can put the ball in the basket. If Austin Reeves played anywhere else besides LA, we'd never talk about him. Like, we'd never mention his name ever in life. So he's playing next to 2 really great players. And so God bless his heart, but he has played up to the level like that he's playing at the highest he can play. He's like, he's trying to get there, right? When he's 15 a game on a great night, right? On a great night, he's 15 to 18 a game. So I don't think they have enough over there to, really be a 1, 2, 3, or 4 team anymore. After looking at it, after a sample size, again, I was dead wrong. But after watching them 30 plus games, what they have collectively just doesn't work. They got 2 great players, but we think that 2 great players are supposed to make up for the lack of rebounding, for the lack of guys getting stops, for the lack of 3-point shooting, for the lack of being a novice head coach, for so many things that they lack. And we look at LeBron James and Anthony Davis like, yo, they should be making up for this. But there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of deficiencies over there. So, I wasn't right about them. They're going to have a tough out for the rest of the season. Fully expect them to make a move before the trade deadline. And the second half of the season is usually, the last 2 seasons, is usually when they kick it into another gear and, creep into the playoffs. So to answer the question, I think they get in. I think they crawl in, but I think they get in.
I would like to quote the great Tupac Shakur, rest in peace. Am I clear to you? Can you see me? Picture me rolling. Listen, man, Lakers is a disaster. It all falls on LeBron James, but I'm not going to troll and do all that. I'm surprised that the Lakers didn't fire Darvin Ham yet. I'm
a little too.
Yeah, Flea. I'm really surprised he still has a job.
I agree.
I'm also surprised Pelinka still has a job. I'm very surprised. I'm surprised no one's calling out Jeannie Buss. Fabian could tell y'all last year I said something about her. She's doing a horrific job running the Lakers. So for me, it starts from the top down. Nobody thought that the Lakers could not make the playoffs, but it's legit right now. It's legit. They're looking like they can miss the playoffs. Is it LeBron's fault? Is it AD's fault? like at this point, I don't know who fault it is, but it's a disaster over there. We said it early when they picked up guys like Woods and Cam Reddish. Like I said, y'all let go some good guys. LeBron and AD not making the playoffs. I said this 3 years ago. I said this on these platforms when I first got up here. And people said LeBron James, his legacy couldn't be tarnished. And I fully disagree. What's happening with him is he's just piling up numbers. He's looking like a selfish player. When people say he's not selfish, he gets everybody involved. He's not a scorer. At this point, he's just hanging on for dear life. And I've been said it. He needs to retire. His legacy is going down the hill. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all can miss me with, oh, it doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does. You're playing for an organization that it's the cream of the crop. You went over there to win titles. You went over there to be competitive. If the bubble doesn't happen, this is a disaster, this experiment. But they did win, so I can't take that away from them. But to say the Los Angeles Lakers with AD and LeBron James may miss the playoffs, Flea, that's bad. They have to make some moves. They have to do it immediately. So it's not guaranteed. They still saying DeJounte Murray is still an option.
That's not going to
right, exactly, Flea. So it goes to show y'all, for one, a lot of people don't want to play with LeBron or AD. And for two, the Lakers don't have the cachet that they used to have. The things that people used to laugh about the Knicks for, it's the Lakers now. Bad owner, bad GM, bad coaching. Y'all funneling players in and out. That's just not good. I'm sorry. So for me, to say that the Lakers may miss the playoffs, that's very bad. And for it to be on LeBron James' watch, it just looks bad overall. It just looks bad. And we all know, I'm going to leave it at this. No matter if it's his fault or not, when you're the best player, when you're the face, we know who gets the blame. That's in any sport. So he has to be very careful with how he's going to end his Lakers tenure, Flea. I'm sorry. If he go these next 2 years like this, whether you waiting for your son or not, you're just giving fans like me ammo to just tear your legacy down. And I think that's what he's doing. He better be careful. That's all I'm saying. But just to finish what I'm saying, they can miss the playoffs. They really can. So it's bad over there, man. It's bad.
Dime Dropper, dime.
Wow. That was a lot. It's all LeBron's fault. I mean, no, Jeannie Buss, she's not getting called out by the media, but there's some fans that have questioned her leadership. I think this team is not very good. I don't know what they're good at. They were supposed to be a great defensive team coming into the season, but they really just don't have that many great point of attack defenders. I don't know if they have even one. Jared Vanderbilt is solid. He was injured to start the year. He's offensively not good, and he looks like he's lost confidence since last year. He doesn't get extended minutes at all. They rely on Cam Reddish to stop the best player on the other team every night. That's just not going to win a championship, even though he's having his best season of his career. Taurean Prince, I think he's decent, but his shooting is super hit or miss, and he can't guard elite players. He's a low IQ role player, in my opinion. And Anthony Davis is great. He's having a really good season. He's the best player on this team, in my opinion, but he can't just guard everybody. They're literally a joke without him defensively. It's embarrassing. Jackson Hayes is just a foul machine. I will say this. Christian Wood has been playing recently. He didn't play in that Phoenix game, but he is actually playing well, and he should get Jackson Hayes minutes. They need all the help they can get offensively. Defensively, they're mediocre, and I don't think that D'Angelo Russell should be on the bench instead of Austin Reeves. I think Austin Reeves should go back to the bench. He's a good sixth man. He hasn't improved at all. That's the thing about Reeves. He's the same player he was in the playoffs, which is a good player, but I thought he would improve. I think everybody assumed he would take a leap. Not a huge one, but like just continue to progress. He's the exact same player. D'Angelo Russell is much better passing the basketball than Reeves. Reeves, when he's in the pick and roll, I think he's going to look to score or get fouled every time. D'Angelo Russell, he's a good pocket passer. He's an underrated passer. He just doesn't get you enough paint touches compared to Reeves. But I think that this team bringing in D'Lo was a big deal when they did it. And they need to empower him if they want to get the most of this team with him on the roster. If they think he's not good enough because he's inconsistent, which he is, and you can't have Reeves and D'Lo on the floor much together because they can't guard, then you might have to make a trade, get a legit third star, because the uncomfortable truth is AD and LeBron can't win a championship with no third star anymore. I don't think they can. Even if you put the most elite role cast around them, I think they need a third star to win. They need a super team kind of thing to win, because AD is not a number one as good as he is. He goes away from they go away from him in second halves consistently, and it's also his fault. And that goes to our point of he's not the alpha. You think Giannis is allowing a team to his own team to not pass him the damn ball for an entire half, go scoreless in halves? He's forcing his way for some garbage points at the very worst. Anthony Davis consistently allows this to happen. He just sets screens for Reeves and LeBron when the second half starts, and they just don't run anything through him. I don't give a fuck that it's the modern NBA and you run pick and roll all the time. Give the ball to your best player. And then he needs to demand the damn ball. It's not like Darvin Ham is sitting there calling a set every single time down the floor. But Darvin Ham defensively, I think he's been a little inept. His lineups are questionable, obviously, but he's a little inept in the sense that he allows Austin Reeves and various guys to guard players, like elite players, lets them switch on to guys with no adjustment at all. Austin Reeves was getting destroyed by the Suns the other night, and they just let him keep going to it. No help. That loading up off of elite mid-range shooters, that's not going to work. I'm questioning why Darvin Ham is still in charge, but I definitely think it's not. Like, if you just bring in a new coach with the same roster, it's not much is going to change. You might look a little better, good enough to be like the 7th or 8th best team in the West, but this is – and LeBron, like, the thing about it is he can still get his numbers, even in games in which he doesn't play well, but he does not have the same impact on winning. That's very obvious. That whole thing about, his foot was hurt and stuff, and that's why he didn't close games, total bullshit. You know why he didn't close games? Because he was actually playing defense every night, and that's a difference when you're 30. I mean, how much can we expect from in an individual? He's already a superhuman. We expect him to guard every night and run the offense more than anyone and close games. Like, that's not realistic. It's not the foot. He looked fine to me. In the playoffs last year, he actually played really well in the playoffs. He just couldn't close games because he's working hard defensively. Simple as that. He's been a good closer this year, but there's a lot of games he doesn't play that hard on defense, and the Suns game was one of them. LeBron,
when he doesn't play hard on defense, they look bad.
Yeah, I stand on what I said before the season. He's 11th best player in the league, and that's not even counting Kawhi Leonard in my rankings. I'm enjoying this downfall thoroughly. I just don't want the Utah trash to get in over them. That's ridiculous. That's an embarrassment to everybody involved. Please do not miss the play-in, but it's nice if we get another first-round exit or even less, a play-in thing. And then, again, I just think LeBron, as much as I think the supporting cast is ass, I wouldn't go as far as all ball, but every year this type of shit happens. Every year, and we just let him. I get it. He's the best player at his age, whatever, but he's going to end with 4 rings, and I'm going to be very satisfied with that. Next.
I recall you disagreeing with me, saying he is not the number one option. And the more and more you talk, he does not sound like the number one option.
You said
he missed another night last night. He is number 3. He's number 3. You just said he faked a foot injury to take time off, Dime. It's either one or the other. Either you're a number one option, you can play every night, and the team can hang on you for the balance. They're not in the playoffs, and they're hanging on with this guy. That's the leader of the team. I love what you said, though, comparing Giannis and AD, because I had them 1A, 1B like 5 years ago, best players in the league. And this is all on AD and his personality, bro. How is it that in the league right now, usually we say the top 3 players in the league is what? Joker, Giannis, and Embiid. SGA is an outlier right now, right? All through heart and smart play, right? But it's usually Joker, Giannis, and Embiid the last 3 or 4 seasons as MVP. How the hell is AD not? How the hell is AD not in the mix? How is he not in the mix?
So hold on, no, hold on. So is AD top 10 in the NBA right now?
Yes.
No, but
hold on, wait.
Yes, he is.
Hold on, because you answered too fast. Once again, I just like everybody to take their hate out for certain players. I'm asking you, can you name 10 players better than Anthony Davis at basketball right now?
No
Me
shot.
personally,
I don't think
come
so.
on, man.
I don't think so.
Name him. Name him.
You want bullshit, bro. I just named 3 already.
All
Okay,
right, that's
fine.
only 3. You got to
Just
give me
we
7
could
more.
throw SGA in there, throw Luka in there, throw
SGA.
Tatum in there.
Okay, fine.
Stop, man. We gotta stop. You asked me a question, bro. SGA, if you rather take AD right now than SGA, by all means. But look what you're gonna get from it out of the
All right, keep
playoffs.
going. Keep
Stop
going.
telling me this lineup is that bad too. That's 6 players already.
And we
going.
haven't seen SGA
Tatum and Luka. Okay, that's 6. Keep going.
pump the brakes on SGA and putting him. We haven't seen SGA
That's my point.
in the
But by the end of the
That's-
season, by
okay,
the end of
but
the season, hopefully we might agree is what I'm saying with that. But
so when are we? So we keep doing
Keep
this,
going.
man. We keep doing this. No, I don't want to keep going because every time we ask a question, we go, "Yo, but what about the history of the league and this, that, and the third?" No, we're talking about right now how everybody's playing, bro. That's what
Okay,
we're
so
saying.
keep going.
Anthony Davis is not somebody that we want
but you
to have lead the lineup. Period.
use that for your arguments either, though, because you talk about when we talk about Harden, all we talk about is playoff success. When we talk about PG, we talk about playoff success. So when we talk about certain guys, the first thing is said is what they've done in the playoffs. Like you can't pick and choose when to use it and when we have it. SGA has not played any significant playoff basketball yet, so we don't know what he looks like then. He's a great regular season player right now. God bless him. But what is he gonna do in May, June, and you know what I'm saying? Then what happens? So you can't do that, Fabian.
I can. No, that was a great point, but I can counter that. I can use that when SGA has never been in the playoffs. Never. We can't use anything against him yet, for him or against him when it comes to playoffs. But for Paul George and James Harden, we certainly can use the playoffs against you. We've seen you when it was crunch time and you didn't show up. We've seen it. SGA, we can't say that about him.
To bolster them over a player that has had playoff success, that we do know what looks like. So you can't do that. That it doesn't work.
AD, who's we're talking about right now.
Comment. Not top 10. Okay, name 10 better. No, I'll name 6. Fabian is legendary. Keep going. I'm not going to dispute SGA that much. You're right about what you're saying, but keep going.
I'm trying to think of the other players now. We say Giannis.
You can't name Booker and KD. You can't name Booker and KD right now this season.
You can't name Booker, yeah, and KD. Oh, so maybe he's top 10. All right, sorry for all that jazz, guys.
But
so Kawhi's better than him this year?
100, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
That's another guy. So
okay, that's
it's not. So hold on, Steph Curry. He's better than Steph Curry this year.
Yeah, he might be.
Don't do that.
Steph Curry's on defense. He's just like not good anymore.
Hold on, stop right there. Who has a worse team right now surrounding them? Steph Curry or Anthony Davis?
Steph Curry. He doesn't have LeBron. He doesn't have.
Okay, then. So Steph Curry's better than Anthony Davis. Do not tell me you'd rather have your.
You're not naming 2 more though. You're not. You can't say Jimmy Butler.
No. You said it was 6. We started laughing. All of a sudden, it's 8.
They have identical records right now. Golden State and LA.
You're not naming. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, Curry is not playing better basketball than Anthony Davis. Stop.
He's not. But you're going to playoff success and whatnot because of who he is. I get it. But can you name 2 more? Because you're not going to name 2 more. Jimmy Butler is not playing better than him.
Jimmy Butler doesn't play.
No. Oh, Ant-Man.
I'm just throwing names out there. I mean, look,
you can argue him right now, I guess, because they're the 1 seed.
But see, for me,
but after that,
it all boils down to these are the excuses that the king gets. Everybody's going to blame. Hold on, let me finish.
Top 10, we confirm that.
Everybody's everybody but the king. My point is this, and we've been saying it for a while, and people think nobody's trolling. Listen, you can't have it both ways. When he's great, he's the GOAT. When he's not great, he's 39. He don't have enough. No, they anointed Austin Reeves. They brought in Vincent, who became a lemon. Big shout out BG. He said that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they don't play Hachimura. They re-signed D'Angelo Russell. They kept Darvin Ham as a coach. At the end of the day, I keep telling y'all, it's Jeannie Buss, it's Pelinka, then it's LeBron. Those are the 3 big dogs in the league that's making all the moves.
But that wasn't even my point. That wasn't hold on. That wasn't my
Anthony
point.
Davis.
That wasn't my point with the Anthony Davis and Giannis comparison. Anthony Davis is not a top 3 guy. He should be better than all of them because of himself.
Why?
Because he's not demanding the ball like Dom just said. He went over this 30 million times.
LeBron James on the court.
Oh, stop.
Kobe.
Don't give me an excuse.
We cannot do that. Giannis and Joker are not gonna let LeBron run amok and they're 30 years old, 28 years old. They're not letting them do that. They don't have that personality.
Giannis, Embiid, and who else did we say? Giannis, Embiid, and Joker. All are three different players, but all three play with a higher level of aggression than Anthony Davis. All three do in their own ways. And just because Giannis is full head of steam and Joker is a more methodical player doesn't mean that they both don't play with high energy, high enthusiasm, and a high level of wanting to be aggressive on the offensive end of the basketball. Anthony Davis is not that, consistently. He can be that in spurts. We know that's why you're talking the way you're talking to, because we know what he looks like when it is up, but it's not up all the way for him. It's
Flea. Hold on, y'all. Flea. He's playing with a guy that considers himself the GOAT. Listen to what I'm saying. LeBron considers himself the GOAT.
But he's also one of the most unselfish basketball players.
That's a lie.
I disagree with that too. I think it's all a fallacy.
That's overrated.
No. Fallacy. We watched him his whole career.
We can't. I'm not.
Is he unselfish right now? Is LeBron James unselfish right now?
Yes.
On the basketball court playing? Yes.
No, he's the same he's always been.
This wasn't part of the game plan. The game plan was this guy's supposed to be the new number one guy. That was the game plan. He does not have the aggression or anything like that to be the number one guy. Period. That's like all this stuff to me. It makes no sense. And I'm not trying to blame Anthony Davis over LeBron. It is LeBron's fault for helping making the situation happen.
I'll ask y'all a question. I'll leave it at this. Y'all honestly feel in your heart, if you play on a team with a guy that considers himself the GOAT, he's going to pass the torch to another player? If he still If he still thinks he's playing at a high level and he's one of the best players in the league, you think LeBron James was really going to pass the torch? Do y'all really believe that?
Well, if you got somebody like this who's supposed to be the MVP, he's out of the MVP conversation every season. What are we talking about? If that's the guy supposed to be your number one guy, if he doesn't want it, how can you make him want that? He's not aggressive. That's not LeBron's fault.
You want to hear something crazy? And I'm not going to comment on it no more. Rich Paul and LeBron James duped Anthony Davis to come into LA. You know how they did that, Flea? By telling them we're going to pass you the torch. We're going to pass you over the keys. Okay. They ain't passing keys over there.
It's a two-way street. I'm gonna answer that and go ahead, Fabian. There's a two-way street with that. Yes, they may want to do that. If they said they want to do that, but Anthony Davis also has to want to do that. He also has to want to accept that role and that responsibility. And we got to stop acting like he carries himself like that. He doesn't. He does not carry himself like that on the basketball court. Anytime I hear him talking, he never carries himself like that. Those three other guys that we talk about and name consistently, they all carry themselves like that in their own ways. Anthony Davis doesn't.
I wish Anthony Davis was as any bit as selfish as you claim LeBron is today. That's what I wish. I wish. Hold on, take it from here, Dom. When has Anthony Davis ever called anybody out? Anybody?
No, exactly.
And he called somebody out. Like, I'm not saying Joker called people out, but
how do y'all expect somebody to be something they're not? That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
He's consistently who he's been. Once again, they duped him because they needed him to win in LA. That's just a fact.
How they dupe him though? They helped him win a ring.
You know how? Because they told him we're gonna hand you over the keys and we're gonna let you be the man in LA.
They did.
But I think LeBron has given him his chances, man. I think he has. When you're in the bubble and you have Jay Crowder on you in the finals, you're not calling for the ball. That's not LeBron's fault. If AD calls for the ball with Jay Crowder on him and LeBron doesn't give it to him, then I would agree with you. But that didn't happen.
Call for the ball. Grab it. Playing with LeBron.
You think LeBron's unwilling to throw an entry pass though to a player that he recruited though, that he basically get his agency to, find his way to get to Los Angeles?
LeBron James thinks he's better than Michael Jordan. What are y'all talking about?
I understand he thinks he's better than Michael Jordan go ahead.
Everybody that played with LeBron James had to dumb their game down. What are y'all talking about?
Okay, but he's 39,
not Anthony Davis as much. He hasn't had a third star with them until he brought Westbrook in. But those first 2 years, it was an easy combo. It was LeBron, AD, and role players. That's easy to defer.
And when he let AD be AD, what happened?
They won.
My point.
He's averaging his career high with the Lakers right now. What's he not doing?
No, he didn't. He didn't let AD be AD. AD finally showed up, bro. Like what? Like that's just who he is. He's a lackadaisical dude. He's not aggressive. That's just, especially on offense.
This
That's who
season,
he
he's
is.
been pretty aggressive. for the most part.
Again, it's LeBron's fault. All you're saying is the same thing I've been saying. LeBron is not a number one option. The Lakers have him as a number one option, and they never prepared for him to be not the
Why
number
is he
one
number
option.
3? You always dodge that.
Because he shouldn't be number 1 or 2, bro. What is he going? Why do you
Why
want a
should he not be number
39-year-old
two, though?
carrying? Because if you're number 2, now all of a sudden you're number 1. When he sits down, you got to carry the load. You're not capable.
And LeBron is still. You don't think so?
He just took last night off, so now he has 3 or 4 days off. Dime, what you want your superstar doing that? That makes no sense. No, you want the number 3 guy to come in and out of the lineup whenever they want to. That's what you do instead of doing this. Is silly. So yes, the Lakers again. They were unprepared for LeBron to be not the number 1 and not the number 2. And you're seeing it. Because AD ain't no damn number 1. And he might not be a number 2 with the way he shows up.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Wow.
Look at him. Look at him. This is
been
disgusting what he's doing.
What are you talking about? He's playing great basketball this
He's
season.
playing great. He's playing great. But
He's dragging that team. For being real. Get AD some more help, not the other way around. Let's be fucking honest. If it wasn't for him, they wouldn't stop. Like they couldn't stop my 6th grade team. I swear to God, like they
You're
can't
talking about defense again, right? You're talking about defense again, correct? Talking about defense again, correct? Okay, so now let's go on the other side, which I'm referring to. Number 1 and number 2 option refers to scoring options, so that we're clear.
Right.
If he's a legitimate number 1,
25 points a game.
Okay, he should average 30. He should be killing everybody. There's no reason why he's not. Why is he not in the conversation with Giannis, Embiid, and Joker if you're saying he's a number 1 option on offense and the defensive player of the year? So the number 1 option on offense and defensive player of the year it got you out of the playoffs.
All right, no.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think there's a level of coaching staff should look to make it an offense like completely centered around AD, like throughout the game, like throw it to him in the block, throw him to him in the mid-range area, like it's supposed to so many pick and rolls with
calm down. He should touch it every time.
Okay, see that? Well, they don't do anything like that. They constantly use him as a screener half the time, if not more.
He should touch it every time down.
Okay, there needs to be a fundamental change in the coaching staff prioritization of their number 1, number 2 options.
There's no way that he shouldn't be touching the basketball every time down the court.
A Fleet, there is. You know why, right? The goal is
on the team.
But you keep talking about LeBron like he's a high volume shooter, a guy that just comes down and the offense is controlled by him taking shots.
But it's controlled by him having the ball, though.
No. Listen.
Happening.
I'm responding. Listen, y'all are both saying that AD should do this. The coaching staff should do that, should do this. I'm saying, how is that possible when you have a guy on the team that thinks they're better than Michael Jordan? Y'all are missing that point. Nothing's going to go through the Lakers without LeBron James.
Because even Michael Jordan at 39 or 40 years old would have recognized, okay, AD. He would have been yelling at AD the whole time.
No, he wouldn't have. No.
What?
No, he wouldn't have.
You're bugging.
Do y'all see what Gilbert said when they played with him in Washington? He still thought he was the man.
Bro,
well, that's not good, is it?
If he yelled at Kwame Brown like that, if Anthony Davis, who's supposed to be the number 1 guy in the league, is playing like this, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, these guys are getting on him. They're not letting him slide with that ever. Are you crazy? Get the ball and demand it.
True. I mean, I agree with that, honestly.
What is Anthony Davis averaging right now?
25 and 12.
He said.
Yeah. Yell at him about what? What he doing wrong?
Hit the ball in the post and go be a center.
Is he just one of the best defenders in the league?
Yes.
Yell at him about what?
I think he's the best defender in the league.
Bro, you're not
about what then?
Be the number 1 option. It should not be on me. If I'm Jordan, I'm 39 years old, and now the offense relies on what I do. That's a problem. I'm consistent with this. That's a problem.
So by what you're saying, they should just really build around Anthony Davis. Trade LeBron James, get him the fuck out of there, and build around him.
Yes,
I told you 2 weeks ago. I said trade both of them.
I said that last year, and they laughed at me.
Don't trade Anthony Davis. Hell no. I would never trade Anthony Davis right now.
You're bugging.
Hold on.
Why?
I said that last year. They laughed at me, and it's not because I'm a LeBron hater, which I am. I'm just going off what I see. Going, bruh, it's not good built around LeBron because of the player he is today in his age. All I'm saying is we keep blaming AD for things. The man is averaging 25 and 12. Y'all just said he's the best defender in the league. What are we yelling at him about?
Not yelling at him. I just think he should be more aggressive in second halves. That's it. And I think the coach, that's it. Yeah, on offense. And I think the coaching staff should look for it. But you know what? LeBron at this point should look for him too. I actually agree.
He should. You think he looks off of him?
No, I don't think he looks off of him, but he just does his pick and roll shit. Like he just, he's like, I got to get into the act. But also LeBron pick and roll usually gets good shots. But the problem is now.
That's damn, yeah.
The problem with LeBron pick and roll now.
Is right about that. I think he's right about that. Again, he's playing like the number one LeBron option means you play pick and roll, the 1-4-5 and out, whatever that shit is called. And if that's gonna be the guys, it's a combination of what we're saying. If that's gonna be
Reeves, too much Reeves pick and roll too. For my
listen, Fabian, why you started off your soliloquy? I didn't hear it.
You heard it. If that's your number one guy, then this is the lead. He's gonna do pick and rolls and try to score. Like that's not how you're gonna lead your offense. If Anthony Davis needs that to win, you never got the other person to help you out. Like, and again, LeBron, yes, like you said earlier too, is LeBron, Pelinka, and in management. But once you get LeBron, you co-sign for that. This was horrible. This was horrible. That bubble ring even looks funny. I said it before. There's no way as a Lakers fan. There's no way you like this tenure, bro. Hold on a second. Wait. I got a nice question for you. We just talked about Carmelo. No jersey retirement, right? In Denver. Does LeBron James get his jersey retired by the Lakers?
It seems to be consensus that he's going to because of the bubble championship, him and Anthony Davis. But I was arguing with some Laker fans about a statue. One of them was saying yes. I was like, you got to be joking. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. And they're like, Jeannie loves LeBron, so she'll do it.
It's goofy. It's just goofy shit.
You think if they put that, so you just don't think the bubble ring is legitimate?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's legit. I'm not off.
Why shouldn't he get? That's the criteria for Lakers. If you're like the best prominent championship team, like Wilt's up there, Gail Goodrich is up there for that 72 team. LeBron and AD should be up there for that bubble championship then. If it wasn't the bubble, you wouldn't be saying this.
No.
I would absolutely.
How?
Go ahead, too.
No. Forget the bubble. No, I want to hear Flea. Just do you think his number should be retired, LeBron James, as a Laker?
I'm not a fan of it. No.
Wow. What finals MVP does not get their number retired by a franchise?
Not a fan of it.
Answer my question.
I would have to think about that, Don.
It never happened. I'll save you time. Cedric Maxwell has his number retired. He's a legendary Celtic.
Is Chauncey going to get his number retired in Detroit?
Is he not already? He better.
I don't know. I'm asking.
He has to.
Tony Parker got his number retired.
He doesn't have to.
Tony Parker has his number.
Of course, I watched the whole ceremony. It was great.
Okay.
Tony Parker's the
okay.
man.
Hold on. But what player has won a Finals MVP that didn't have 4 or 5 years with the team like that?
LeBron he's now been here for 6 years. It's kind of a lot. He's been here for longer than Miami. And he passed the scoring record here. And he brought the team. Like the Lakers were in a tough spot, in their worst spot in NBA history when he came. And he single-handedly brought not like saying the Laker fans weren't excited. They'll get excited about anything, but he brought the winning back. He did. If we're being real, Anthony Davis did, but
he brought the winning back.
He gave them a championship window that was not nowhere near close to happening at that time. He chose to come to the Lakers when they were bad because he knew what he could do, but still.
He chose to come to the Lakers to rescue. Is that what happened, Dom? You think that's what happened?
No, he chose to come to the Lakers because he knew it was financially smart for him, but also because he could recruit well there. But in the beginning, he was coming to a team that had a bunch of kids on it.
Listen, when you compare LeBron James to Kobe, Shaq, Wilt, Michael, even I don't say Michael Cooper, but what's the third Will to James Worthy. You compare LeBron to these guys, bro. That tenure is different.
I agree 100,000%. But how much different is it than Wilt's?
Than Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah.
How many seasons did he have with the Lakers?
5. LeBron's already surpassed that.
Did they ever miss the playoffs?
Of course not. They barely missed the finals. They barely missed.
They
had Jerry West. He had Jerry West on his team. Well, true. Anthony Davis.
They won 33 games straight, right? Didn't they win?
Yeah, they had 69 and 13. Yeah, it was 69 and 13. And Wilt won finals.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Elgin Baylor got hurt. Elgin Baylor
got hurt, but he did.
Come on, man. That's, to be honest, Elgin, Jerry West, and Wilt is the first super team on documented. Right. So they're legendary. That's legendary Lakers. This is a legendary Lakers run?
It's not a legendary Lakers run, but I think that the championship trumps it.
I don't think so. But like Tu said earlier about Shaquille O'Neal, this is very comparable. They're going to retire his jersey the same reason why Orlando is retiring Shaq's jersey. So that's really it's who he is and what he's meant to the league. Fuck the team. It's really
he put up a banner though. You guys are acting like that didn't happen. Like this is
I'm
championship.
not refuting that, Dom. I'm just saying the bigger reason is that and not that.
You think? I personally think if LeBron didn't win a championship with the Lakers, they would never retire his number.
I disagree.
It's a standard. It's a standard.
I disagree too.
I disagree. I think he would have got it. He would have got it regardless.
I just want to let me rebuttal to this real quick. If this is a terrible comparison. Elgin Baylor saved the Lakers from bankruptcy. Like he's only been Laker, purple and gold, 14 years. He was iconic. He was one of a transcendent type of player that led to the Dr. J's, the Connie Hawkins, David Thompson, the Michael Jordans. Elgin Baylor is maybe the greatest player in the history of basketball that has not won a ring. He is like it's not even disputable. Like comparing, even if LeBron had never won a ring with the Lakers, can't even compare to Elgin Baylor. Elgin Baylor was the best Laker.
Just so you know, just before we go to the next topic, I disagree with what you just said, and I made a post about it a while ago. I did the video, but I didn't put it up yet. Charles Barkley is the greatest player to never win a ring, my opinion.
That froze down.
And
that's what all ball do, baby. When he make his takes, he frees things up and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That froze down.
I guess to settle that one, you're right, Flea. They're gonna off politics. Yeah, he'll make it to.
Of course.
They're gonna have LeBron. He means that much money wise, commercial wise, but everything about his tenure on the Lakers is shaky and it seems manufactured.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like
arguing
everything about it. Yeah, and again, it's a show. It's Tinseltown. We know this is entertainment. We get that aspect of it, but even the in-season tournament was nuts. Like everything, like that's all I'm saying. So there's no other tenure like that. Shaq was manufactured to go to LA. That's all manufactured. Kobe there, the new Michael Jordan. That's manufactured. We saw in real time. We saw, the NBA is really trying to make a new Michael Jordan. You can't do that. It's supposed to happen organically. So we saw this, but come on, man, Kobe Bryant.
Hold. Before I think that should be a topic for another day. I don't know if the NBA tried to make another Michael Jordan. I don't agree with what you just said.
Penny, Grant Hill, there was so many, Harold Miner, there was so many guys.
It seems to be consensus from everybody I've heard that they tried really hard.
Hold on. Like the league, hold on.
Isaiah Ryder.
Hold on, let's be for real. My opinion, I could be wrong. The league wasn't fucking with Kobe like that. They ain't try to make him no Michael Jordan.
Yeah, not Bean. Not my opinion. I don't think Bean. Not early.
What?
I'm definitely disagreeing with that.
Bro, hold on. I don't know how maybe I'm saying this wrong, but the NBA spent the entire 90s trying to come up with the next Jordan because they knew he's not going to play forever. Especially once they got
he wasn't one of the main guys.
Thank you.
LeBron, y'all are bugging.
LeBron came to the league and they tried to forget about Bean. Stop it, man. Stop.
I'm not too far. So LeBron before. Okay, but before LeBron, because that was during the time where they started really throwing the hate on Kobe. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from 96 when we didn't like him. Nobody liked Kobe Bryant. Nobody liked him. He wasn't in favor of anybody because we thought he was a fake Michael Jordan. And the NBA promoted him that way.
Well, I'm speaking for myself. I never disliked him, and I never thought he was a fake Michael Jordan. I never thought
that's you. My generation, we thought he was a fake Mike. My generation, AI was the superstar.
Aren't you guys only 5 years? Aren't you guys only 5 years apart?
Because when you go to high school and you got the same, if you got 4 years, I always think the same generation is like the same within 4 years.
Can we go to the next topic because this is going to get crazy and this needs to be a whole show.
Okay, let's.
I can't believe what you just said.
Let's see what the good folks are saying.
Wow.
Joker wore 15 before Denver. They both should go in the Rafters and Ball Arena. Great show. All Ball got an endorsement deal with a 5-star restaurant. The bougie scene he sets with the background tells it. Who goes live with art in the background? If I'm Melo and the Knicks and Nuggets don't retire my jersey, I'm going in the Hall of Fame with a Thunder jersey. I'm petty like that. Or Cuse. Facts flee on Jokic being oblivious to the game. That fake ass humble shit. There isn't enough jersey for NBA players. Excuse me? Fish said players should be respectful. CD Lamb and Des Bryant didn't want 88 in Dallas. They said they understood the importance and legacy. Pearson and Irvin made them. Didn't Des Bryant wear number 88?
Yeah, but to his point, Michael Irvin called him like, "Nah, wear that. You have the United
green light." Yeah, maybe difference in USA and Europe sports at looking at jersey retirement is the reason for that. All ball. I mean, they be wearing old players' number to represent them. Not saying that's the case in here. Yeah, that is a thing in soccer because with soccer, there's too many players on the roster, but they all take the number 10 to carry the mantle. I do like the number retirement thing in America, though, especially for basketball. There's not many people on the court. I think it's cool. Even if a team hasn't retired a guy's jersey who was significant to a franchise to where his jersey should be retired at some point, that new player should at least get the okay from that player. Oh, Adam says, long time no see, brothers.
RP.
The case. Who's the biggest LeBron hater? All Ball, Jesse, or Carcino?
You see the fireworks?
Jesse's bigger than All Ball, in my opinion. Carcino, big gap. Jesse, then All Ball. All Ball at least be propping up here and there. It's true. Aaron P said, yeah, Dwight got the GM Otis Smith and Stan Van Gundy fired. Robert Paulson or Adam says, prime Kawhi, only the one of the three with champion pedigree. Yeah. Carcino is definitely dedicated to his Bron hate.
Carcino's that big, dang. I remember when he started off, he was always talking about like behind the scenes stuff. That's ill.
That Miami Heat team is not beating 09 Lakers. Stop the cap. You said not get out of the first round, though, Surreal. Ace Boogie, Fabian, you literally made a vid discrediting the Lakers 2020 team and said it doesn't count. LMAO. Oh.
Right, so why are you saying no? That's not what I said. What's his name?
Ace Boogie.
Ace Boogie, get your mind, clean your ears out, wipe your eyes, watch and listen. I was asking if you're a Lakers fan, do you actually consider that 2020 bubble? Are you happy with it? Comparing it to every other ring at any other time, like besides injuries and all that, you're supposed to have a super team. It was a bubble.
How?
Like I was reminded to buy and drop. It was supposed to be a super team, but I don't personally think they were a super team because they didn't have that third star. They didn't have the Miami situation and Golden State situation. But are you happy with it? But since you didn't really have competition there, and of course, surrounding the years before and after that, look what's happened. We're questioning whether Anthony Davis is a top 3, top 10 guy. That's crazy. So they missed the playoffs. All these things happen around them. It's like, is it kind of fluky? It was in the bubble. AD, what we say off air, Dom and All Ball. AD and LeBron didn't have to go anywhere. They got all the rest they wanted to in Orlando with next to Mickey Mouse. And everybody else had anxiety and whatever it was, and they won the ring. That was not a typical ring. Then that's the only ring you win. You were, I guess, 4 wins away last season or 8 wins away last season, had no chance against the champions. That's the only victory you got in LeBron's tenure. That's what I'm asking as a Lakers fan. I'm asking, are you okay with that as a ring?
Good one. Let him answer. Gabriel Greer says Melo was washed in New York. Joker was 15 in EuroLeague. That's a little bit harsh. He wasn't washed. Not the first couple years, at least. Peeler was definitely going to split KG wig.
Well, I got the footage.
You got it up?
Yeah.
All right. See it. If the Fakers make the playoffs, it'll 100% be because the refs start bailing him out again, just like last year.
You see it?
Wow. This is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys see it? The
yeah.
video? Okay. Come on the other screen.
Whoa. What happened?
I don't know what Fabian did.
They're going to zoom in on it.
What are you doing, brother?
They're going to zoom in on it.
Why are you? Just let it play out.
Look,
there we go.
Because you can't see it.
Oh.
Yeah, what up? Yeah. And nigga
Big bad bully.
You see that, right, Flea?
I remember this.
Oh, and he hit him in the nuts.
Yeah, I remember this
Damn.
shit. Man. Because it was in the playoffs.
Wow.
Playoffs?
Yeah. Wow.
Big shout out KG for taking the high road, huh?
If the Lakers actually played a team offense and LeBrick took a step back, they could be good. They're not going to worth a shit as long as he thinks he still has to score 25 a game. Interesting.
That's all Ball's point.
Why Flea keep giving his Laker apology in a soft R&B whisper? Say it with your chest.
Yes.
Like I
How's
said
that old
before
boy's point? And I've been making the same point the last 3 weeks.
No, I mean number one option, right? Number one option.
Number 3. I still don't know if I'm behind that. Like I said before this season started, LeBron is just too old at this point to lead a team, and D'Lo and Austin Reeves as the primary ball handlers will never lead a team to a championship.
Yo, Surreal, you got to check the way you spell D-Lo. It's D and then L-O. That was mighty close to another word. Chill out, Surreal.
Austin Reeves is the guy.
People here laughing at us, man. That means we doing a good job. I'm just letting y'all know, right?
Austin Reeves, you're ridiculous. Is the guy who quit the team in Hoosiers so Jimmy Chitwood could play. All those people are being called out all ball. They all took the shrapnel of LeBrick's failures after giving him everything he wants. His body language is shit. He's a front runner, etc.
He is.
Never considered them contenders at any point, not even preseason. Father Time stays undefeated. Look at LeBron in every 82-game season since coming to the West. No finals appearances. What? He won, though. The Lakers starting 5, Bron, AD, Tito, Marlon, and the cousin that played the drums before Randy was able to join the group. Classic. He's the most selfish player in NBA history. Far more selfish than Jordan or Kobe ever dreamed of being.
Wow.
I disagree with that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think he's more selfish than 24 Kobe personally. I think Kobe would shoot more, but he didn't have the ball as long. It's my opinion, as all ball would say. Lakers 23-2 free throw, 132 to 131 against the below 500 Raptors. The only way Lakers yeah, that was interesting. But
after complaining,
yeah, the only way Lakers made the playoffs is the way they won against Toronto with Casper. Oh, the refs. LeBron going to the Lakers hides how bad the Lakers front office, Genie and Pelinka, both are terrible, and they should be happy LeBron went to them. Pelinka hasn't been as bad as you guys say. What's up, Sportsman? Yeah?
I said what's up to Mike Lapadula.
Oh, Michael Labadula. Stick a fork in LeBron and the Lakers. They're done. Fish said the bus.
Hold on, Dom. I disagree with that because Dave Griffin is showing you how much of a better GM he was than ever before. The way he helped LeBron in Cleveland and what he's doing with the Pelicans is crazy. It's amazing.
The bus kids didn't hear a thing Pop said. They wanted to create their own legacy, shit on West, let Kupchak go, let Bron and Pelinka bum ass run this in the ground. Fuck them. Wow. Welcome, Lapadulino. The biggest lie ever told is LeBron makes his teammates better. I always say he makes certain guys better, guys that can roll and spot up shoot. For the most part, guys that can rock, they have to take a step back, it seems. Clutch, ESPN, Le Twitterati is one thing. Objective reality is another. Genie can't tell which is which. Surreal, you're going to find out some surprising things. That's the biggest lie ever told, and you got an easy life, not going to lie. Dime, the joke is you look like Jerry Ferrara. Turtle, Entourage. Entourage? Yeah, I was about to say. He started out the assistant, ended up the connect and the plug. Oh, my God. He needs to retire. No, the Jazz getting it over the figures would be comedy gold. This is the thing about me, Jesse. I really don't like me, Utah trash. The
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. I didn't know the Jazz were in playoff contention. That is crazy. They're in the 9th seed, and the Lakers are on.
I was saying our last topic.
Nah.
You got the Fabian evil laugh.
That evil villain laugh is crazy. It's bad out here, man.
Yeah.
What's so
LeBron
funny?
might have dropped. Oh, boy. LeBron may have dropped to the number 3 all time. Put Kareem in front of him. This is absolute garbage. And you're telling me he's the number 1 option, Dime?
I don't say he is. I said he's not number 3. Why do you keep saying this?
Yo, that was like exercise when I laughed.
What's the last topic, fellas?
Wait. Come on. The 4 stat pad up here warms my soul. I'm joking around, Surreal, if I offended. Dime's right, but Bron stopped playing defense years ago. Jesse bringed the crew tonight. Shaft said he just has to lead well, Dime. Fizzling out ain't it. I feel that. AD hold himself accountable and gives effort all the time. He takes the least blame by miles. Michael said, I said it last time. Get rid of Darvin Ham. He's nothing but a ham. So Real said, I'm just being real as far as the primary ball handler. He's nothing like a Magic Johnson. I was never a fan of everyone standing in the corner while I take 20 seconds to set up my defender offense. AD is probably 7 to 9 in the league. Adam Howard says, not top 10. Okay, name 10 better. No, I'll name 6. I already said that. You really can't have 2 of the top 20 players in the league be healthy and be in 11th place. It's a reason why the LeBron-style offense will always be second best to pass first, tons of movement types of offenses like the Warriors and Spurs. I definitely agree with that.
I agree with that.
When you put talent with movement together, it's really hard. I bet Fabian lies about his height too. 5'10" is basically 6 foot.
Yo, Paulson, I wish I was 5'10". What the hell are you talking about?
He just says all ball cooking. AD should get less blame than he's getting, but I disagree with LeBron not getting blame at all. Shaft said AD has Lestat, Curry has Draymond. It's true. I think consistency holds AD back remaining top 3, and as Dime alluded to, he's too passive. Leaving the Pelicans to team up with LeBron was the first sign that he doesn't have that dog. To be honest, playing with Drew Holiday, like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Julius Randle, like, this team was not that bad.
Right. So he deserved. I'm sorry, please say it again.
No, I was asking. Rondo might have been on that team too, right?
I think he left. He went to the Lakers.
I love y'all to death, but AD, you stay with Drew, Randall, or you go to LA where LeBron was like still heavily in his prime. Cut the jokes, man.
You're the one that said that they duped him.
No. Y'all making this. No. What I'm saying. No. Listen what I'm saying. I have no problem with him going to the Lakers, but they duped him into going there. Like I said, saying they was going to hand him the keys over. But don't make it seem like he had a great team in New Orleans. I have no problem with him in LA.
You know, if
but let's not take LeBron off the hook. He never was going to hand the keys over. And as we see to the present day today, he's never handing the keys over.
LeBron,
that was all a lie.
I think Anthony Davis needs to do a better job of demanding the keys. Is that?
How do you demand the keys from the GOAT? I'm like, do y'all
throw some balls? You're better than I'm better than you now.
Better than you right now.
Yeah, I'm better than you.
Right out.
Okay.
If LeBron don't admit that, then he is really selfish.
Hold on, too. How can you not say that's a problem and we love who we love? How can you say that?
Flea, do y'all believe that LeBron thinks in his mind Anthony Davis is better than him? Honestly,
he should.
He should.
No, not he should. Do you believe LeBron thinks that?
Probably not.
Yes.
He knows that, bro.
Yes.
You think so?
That.
When 2016, LeBron thought Kyrie Irving was just as good as him.
No, he did.
That has to be some ego stroking right there, bro. It has to be. No way. He's the best player on the planet.
He did. He thought Kyrie Irving was
the best player on the planet.
At 39 years old, before we go to this next topic, at 39 years old, LeBron James, in his mind, I don't know him personally, but I'm just guessing, still thinks he's the best player in the world.
He
might.
He
actually might.
Yeah, yo, lucky I ain't.
Shaft said
I have 6 nights rest.
All ball has it right. All ball has it right here. 80s like KD mentally, a beta, but with worse fitness. All ball. What aspect of LeBron's game and career is underrated to you? Come on, there's got to be some. Defending you against bronzexuals all the time. Give me some.
Underrated?
All ball was only for all ball. Yeah.
He said, what's underrated about LeBron?
LeBron's game, yeah.
Here go my hate.
Not hate if you can't.
I'm not answering that. No, man, y'all not setting me up. I'm not about to say something crazy. I'm not.
Please. So
no,
what do you
say
think?
it. I don't think anything. Just say it.
Definitely, you ain't gonna gas me up to do that. No, man, I'm not. Listen,
I mean,
all right, you
sometimes we here with, I would say his passing ability, because all ball thinks he can't pass.
No, his passing ability gets talked about plenty.
Hold on. All right, I'll go there, right? And when I get locked up, Dom has to put up the bail money and the lawyer money. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Everything about his game is overrated to me.
All right. AD consistently dominant since he was in Barbershop 3. He's a passive pussy, and I'd never be comfortable with him as a teammate. Holy shit.
Wow.
Fish. All ball killing you with his head shakings. Both Bron and AD were the top prospects, draft prospects of their decade, and then they teamed up, and now they've only won it all once in the weirdest postseason ever. West Best TV says you got to take the keys. So Real said the problem is Davis is not featured in the offense, whether that be LeBron or Darvin Ham. All ball is right. Both were prospects of the decade. Shaft 9000, you aware one was drafted in 03, right? Here's your answer. Yeah, respectfully, motherfucker, he was top prospect of 2000s. That's 2 decades ago. All balls 100% right. AD is not him because his heart pumps air. He's built soft like cake mix. Duncan Hines. Oh my God. Sure, it's wild. LeBron's longevity is his greatest asset. Agreed on that, but I was answering your rhetorical question. AD is not who he used to be because he's not that good. Okay, that's harsh. AD
Hold on, can you stop right there real quick? I'm sorry. All ball was stopping. Yo, I'm gonna have to agree with you, bro.
With who?
Even with you, motherfucker. Even LeBron's longevity is overrated. Get the fuck out of here with all of that shit. He takes off offense and defense. He takes off random evenings throughout the week, plays when he wants to. Yo, if Michael Jordan got to do that, I'm sorry to compare him to Mike. If Mike played 20 years, you guys would not be talking like this.
Hashtag mind your business, Fleet. Let me have my moment. People agreeing with me today.
Damn.
Nah, I'm sick of it. It is the fans that get me sick of him, bro.
I ain't said a word.
Yeah, AD, I'm not saying it either, but AD didn't step up in the bubble. I'm here for it though. He was getting the rep of staying hurt. So when he injured his foot, Bron pressured him to play on that foot to help Bron's legacy, and it cost them AD playing year 2. What? You're saying AD didn't step up in the bubble? He still played great though, Fish. He was getting the rep of staying hurt. He was. So when he injured his foot, you're talking about in the finals? Well, he did it for a ring. Then he's got to do it. He had to play in the injured in the finals. By the way, I'm not a native speaker. Give me easy to me if you can. Are you a Golden State Warriors fan, by the way? Okay, Stocks, it's all good. I wasn't asking.
Great segue.
To the Warriors, go ahead.
Listen, let's go.
Actually, not that many.
Right, I'll be real brief. Like I said, we gave y'all 2 hours overtime, man. You know, Martin Luther King birthday tomorrow. Rest in peace to that's the real GOAT. This is the first time I feel bad for a player. Sometimes I'm a little hard pause on Steph Curry, but I feel bad for him, man. I think he should be one of the players that should be able to go out on top. What's happening with Golden State right now is horrific, and it just, you know, after they won that title when they got Wiggins. You know, Draymond Green punching Poole in the face. That didn't work. They traded him, and then now Klay Thompson is just like, you know, even though he's having spurts of playing decent, he's seemed to be declining. Kuminga, them guys never amounted to who we thought they was going to be. But Golden State Warriors, my opinion, it's either start from scratch and rebuild, or y'all got to make some major moves. I think Curry still has about 3 great years left. Can he play another 5? Yes, but I'm saying at a superstar level, I think he can still do it for about 3 more years. But it's over. For the Golden State fan base to boo the Warriors for what they did to that city, for that organization. Listen, bro, Curry, those guys in the front office, they got to figure it out, Flea. You cannot go out like this. I'm sorry. It just seems like it's getting worse and worse from Draymond, from the Poole situation. Remember, first Poole, then Wiggins with his situation, and then now you got Draymond. It just seems like they're starting to go down the path that, remember what the guy said years ago, we light years ahead of everybody. We smarter than everybody. And right now, y'all looking like y'all not. I feel bad for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. My opinion, and I'm going to just be brief. I think they need to go somewhere together. I don't know what organization that is. I would love for it to be the Knicks. I know that's impossible to happen, but I think if they don't make no major moves by the trade deadline, I'm talking about a real major move. Like if you ain't gonna get a Giannis and Embiid or a Siakam, or like if you ain't doing that, I think it's over. Flea. They need to rebuild. I think Curry and Klay, them being booed, that was their exit plan. Sometimes you need an exit strategy. You know what I mean? So you don't feel bad about wanting out. I think they got one. I think they need to leave.
So now they can use the excuse that the fans don't love us no more, so we can get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
I would hope that they're not that weak to do that, but I would hope they're not that weak to do that. But listen, they're not transitioning into their next chapter the right way, right? I know Bob.
Beautifully put, by the way. Just sorry to interrupt you. Beautifully put, by the way.
Yeah, they're not. You know, I know Bob Myers got out of there, and like we commend him for getting out of the way and not having to make the tough decisions that are happening right now. But for me, I feel like that's a little cowardice too. Like you helped build that franchise, not build the franchise, but you helped build the success. He didn't draft Stephen Clay, but along the way, he added pieces that helped support them and maintain a decade-long run at it, right? You won 4 championships in 4 different ways, right? 2015, it was super young team, kind of still catching people off guard, and they go on that run. Then 17, 18, they add the nuclear bomb and they just kill everybody for 2 straight years. And then recently, 22, it's like the resurgence, right? Now Steph and Clay are, back. Everybody's healthy. Draymond has woken up. Andrew Wiggins has so it was dope to see them do it 4 different ways. But you did it 4 different ways. Give that organization the opportunity, and especially the guys that are your guys, Steph, Clay, Draymond, segue into the next chapter the best way. Don't dip and leave it on Dunleavy. That's just my thing with Bob Myers, and he can't call games. He sucks at calling games. I hate hearing him call games now. Like, go back into the front office and do that shit. So that's my personal feelings on him. I think he should be there orchestrating guys' exit plans. Like the booing shouldn't be why guys want to get out of Dodge. It should be, okay, the brains behind the operation sees that there's a tide coming and we need to change directions. Okay, what's the best way to do it? Right. So if they don't, for me, if the 2 pieces that I think are 2 pieces that can help salvage the season, if they could find a way to bring in Siakam, if they could find in the wing, bring in a Vucevic or a Larry Markkinen, that type of player, but it got to be both.
There's a huge difference between those 2 players at this point. But Larry Markkinen is 100 times better than Vucevic right now.
Well, I agree. But if you could get one, but it got to be both. It got to be a Siakam and one of those 2 guys. I feel like can salvage this season. And when salvage it, meaning be in the play-in, have an opportunity to make the playoffs, and then go from there, see what happens, once you get into the 1 through 8. So, it's disappointing to see them going out like this, not playing well. Steve Kerr deserves a little bit more blame, I think, as well. I think I spoke on this last episode, but just how he's decided to lead them, right? There's a lot of stuff that was happening over the years that I don't think he should have put his foot down and really been that Phil Jackson type to manage egos and manage situations and shit like that. Like, he should have been a better manager of how certain things were going on. So everybody, collectively deserves blame. Obviously, Draymond and him just being irresponsible with his emotions. Fuck basketball. Like, forget basketball and how he's declined. He is irresponsible with his emotions on the basketball court. That's a problem, right? Klay Thompson, you can't predict that he's gonna be the Klay Thompson of old after tearing an Achilles and tearing his ACL. You'd be an idiot to think that he's gonna come back and be the great player that he was, right? So there's just a lot of stuff going on with that organization, and I think the top pause has to be a little more responsible, like I said, on how they transition into their next chapter. So that's how I look at the Warriors right now.
I think last week I touched on Steve Kerr. He could have managed Draymond differently, things like that. But it worked. Like, they were a dynasty. They called Kevin Durant to go over there. I think I've heard more rumblings about them being like the weakest dynasty of all time.
Never heard that.
I've heard some people mention that this week, and I've always heard that because just how shaky they were. Calling on you need Kevin Durant to get over the hump against LeBron there. But I think this is what happens at the end of a tenure. The fact that he's able to get Klay Thompson to understand that this is the end. They're all saying this. It reminds me, the documentary The Last Dance that now spurred the whole like Jerry Krause. The Bulls made a mistake by letting Jerry Krause's wife sit there while the whole damn stadium booed her. But guess what? Steve Kerr is there for both franchises. He knows what it means for a dynasty to end, and that's part of what comes with it. They're gonna blame the general manager. They're gonna they might blame the coach. They might blame other people aside who deserve the blame, which is like a Draymond Green at this point. But I just think it's the end. The end is near. Like I don't think there's a reason to be sad about it. Like, what can they really do? There's no salvaging it. I think Steph Curry's, transitioning from a number one guy about to be a number two guy. Like we're getting away from that because we're so used to this era of people being able to work out and extend their longevity or their careers. Also come back from injury the way Steph Curry did. He's one of the examples of someone who started off their career injury prone, and we thought he would have issues, and all of a sudden he ends up being the leader of a dynasty. Klay Thompson, ironically, the dynasty is ending with him doing the opposite, where he gets injured and he doesn't get to recover to be back anywhere kind of near what he was. So I just think, for me, the next plan for them is, I don't know if they're going to treat Steph like Dirk and have him out there be a lifer, or like Kobe be a lifer Laker and Tim Duncan, because there's nobody else who was stuck by their team. That's another thing that Steph Curry's going to live by also, right? Like, who in their era stayed with in the last 15 years besides Giannis and maybe Joker? He's going to be a part of that crop where, like, yo, I stayed with this team from thick and thin. Is he going to stick it out? It sounds like he is. It sounds like, and the way he responded to the booing, I liked how he responded. He didn't complain about it. He didn't go Julius Randle on it. And he was like, yo, we deserve to get booed. So he knows that the end is near as well.
Fabian.
Yeah.
Fabian, real quick. No, I just want to say something to what you're saying and for everybody else. Like, his response to that and Klay's response to that were vastly different, right?
Night and day.
You think so?
I don't know if you guys could pick up, like, vastly different how they both responded to that question.
Klay took that crazy. Yeah.
I that stuck out to me the biggest on how they both responded.
Klay took that, like I said, Klay took that as if all we did for y'all, and this is like Klay.
That's how. So I understand what you're saying too about guys just need a reason to want out, right? Yep. Just need a reason. So no, go ahead, Fabian. They responded differently, and I thought that was important to say.
So I didn't actually see or listen to it. I read what they said. So it is different when you get to hear them. Mm-hmm. And because even the way Klay responded to, I saw that and I heard that the way he talked about Steve Kerr coached him into, being okay with the end, and he sounded like it was final, like, so I didn't hear him respond to the crowd, but they're the ones that helped you. This is a whole like movement. The Warriors, as much as I hate their fans, I despise their fans. They're the worst fan base in basketball, maybe in sports. I despise them. Like, they're a bunch of geeks, a bunch of people try to push the analytical thing further, push Steph Curry in front of it, and maybe there's an end to that as well. But they're not New York fans. It might be like the Bulls. Like I always tell Dom, it's like the Bulls all over again. But I don't remember the Bulls fans booing in Chicago. They didn't have an opportunity to see them get bad, right? So I don't know. It's just the end, man.
I let Jerry Krause the other night. Shame on their asses.
No, that's a shame on the Chicago Bulls. Let's get this. Hold on. I want to spend 2 minutes on that, Flea. Maybe we could go back and forth about that, and we can end it like that. That's a shame on the Chicago Bulls. You don't do that. You know exactly how the Bulls fans felt about Jerry Krause. I'm not even a Bulls fan, and I'm aware of that. You don't try to deflect and put her as the bulletproof vest because Jerry Krause is that hated in Chicago. You ended the biggest dynasty of my life. They're called the Beatles of basketball. Nah, you don't do that. And you try to be slick and put the lady in front of her, his wife, in front, and to sit down in front of the crowd to try to diffuse them. But you put his picture up. What do you think was gonna happen? No, the Bulls came up with a terrible plan. Let his son sit there. They thought they were being slick. No disrespect to that lady, because they want to put an old woman up there and try to get these sympathy tears from the crowd. And it did not happen. Them Chicago fans did not forget that they got broken up, and they're blaming Jerry Krause, Who knows what the whole story is? But the story has always been since it ended. Jerry Krause did all that. To the point, Dom, you know this, Dom. I always give Jerry Krause his credit. He was a genius for the way he set that team up. He's not given enough credit. The way he surrounded Scottie Pippen, they didn't know he was going to be that. They didn't know who the hell Phil Jackson was. He added Dennis Rodman over there. He doesn't deserve as much credit for what he did, but he gets so much blame because of what happened and how it ended. And again, to your point, Flea, there is no villain, number one villain with the Warriors to put all the blame on for this thing ending. And with Krause, that's what he was.
Well, unfortunately, I disagree. And here he is, right here, live and in color. Not live, but in color. The culprit who has begun to end this dynasty with his ridiculousness. I had to pull this up because it was actually hilarious. Watch this.
Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Don't you call this a regular jam? I'm gonna rock this land. I'm gonna take this city bitty world by storm. And I'm just getting warm. Just like Muhammad Ali, they called them Cassius. Watch me bash this beat like a skull.
But yeah,
Why did you finish that? Only like 20 seconds left. That was crazy. Yo, that's worse than not doing. Yo, Draymond is crazy.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I think I said it before the season. Klay Thompson and Draymond, one of them or both should come off the bench these days. They're not starters anymore, in my opinion, unless they upgrade the rest of the starting lineup. The reason why I said that is because I think Looney and Wiggins were fine, but Wiggins has fallen off a cliff this year. I mean, we have to talk about that a little bit as well. What has happened? They don't look like they have anybody close to a second star right now. And then they're so small. They have nobody over 6'10" on this roster. Like, their biggest guys that use the 5 are Looney, Trace Jackson Davis, and Dario Saric. And then Chris Paul was just stupid. Like, a team that needed more athleticism and downhill creation and stuff, just because he's a low turnover, they brought in Chris Paul. Like, just so weird. And now he's out. Draymond, without him, they look terrible. They just announced, by the way, Shams, about an hour ago while we were doing this, that Draymond's coming back tomorrow.
Wow, that's huge. Who they play tomorrow?
I think Memphis.
Oh yeah,
I think Memphis.
Yeah, they're gonna bring him
Memphis.
back. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I I'm not big on feeling bad. I told you I got a saying: if you worth $100 million, I'm not feeling bad about you about anything. But I just feel a lot of these players need to start. Flea made a great point. Well, y'all all made great points. You got to figure out a way to at least go out on top as much as possible. I'm not saying you have to win championships at the end, but you can't go out like this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I also have to say that Steph Curry, in my opinion, has declined since 2022. I think he is not as good of a defender as he was then. I think he gets tired easier just because he's older. He has to do more. When he's on the ball, he turns the ball over a lot. Like when in pick and roll and stuff, he's much better off the ball and stuff. And I mean, Draymond is the trigger man. Without him, they don't have anything. And I think that the young kids, like I asked you, Flea, when you said transition to the next stage, what about the whole 2 timeline discussion? Like Kuminga, Brandon Pajimski, like these are good players, but are they ready to contribute that big on a championship teams? Like Kuminga and Pods are getting starter minutes right now because they don't have anyone better at this point.
I mean, I think you saw that if put in the right positions, that the young guys could flourish. Like Gary Payton II really was a bright spot for them a couple years back, and he was a young player. So
but minimum minutes though, Brandon Pajimski's getting 30 plus these days.
He should.
I like Pods.
He should. He plays damn well. I think.
Does that say that the roster's not good enough?
No, that just says that you didn't know that this rookie was going to be better than the guys that you drafted. Because it's going to show right now that Bob Myers ain't the greatest at drafting. Let's call that. Like he did draft Draymond in the 2nd round, but he also drafted Wiseman, right? Like
Jordan Poole was a good one.
Grab Poole, great, the good one. But jury's still out on Kuminga. Jury's still out on Moody. good players, but the jury is still out on those guys.
Moody doesn't get enough minutes also. I think Steve Kerr also has a very big reluctance to play these guys because the vets, I think what's going on, man, these three run that whole show. Like they run everything. Curry and Curry's low-key becoming more of like this dictating person. Like they just, in my opinion, off the court. Like obviously, I mean, Ricky G tells me a lot, but like Steph Curry, like now, that report that Shams released the other day when he said that the Warriors are saying everybody's off limits. I'm sorry, everyone's on limits except for Steph. Remember on the last four Sportsmen, I don't know if it was the last one or 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm hearing that he's willing to trade Clay. They asked him about Zach LaVine, and he said, I don't know about LaVine. I think I did say that on here a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Steph Curry, I don't know. It's tough. They got to definitely bring in someone, a star. But does that mean trading Clay? Because he's unwilling to go to the bench. And the way they run their offense, he's good for it. But like then there's just Draymond thing. Draymond's a complete problem. He's becoming a liability at this point.
Yeah,
he's effective when he's on the court defensively. But
I'm done with him.
Yeah.
Say something to you in regards to what you were saying about that Chicago Bulls thing. And we got to remember the last thing that people saw vividly in the front of their mind is The Last Dance. In The Last Dance, he was not depicted well, Jerry Krause. And a lot of the fan base now are younger fan bases. The older fan base, my age and up, know how great Jerry Krause really was, knows what he was the architect of. Like, they know the importance. And it just goes to show you how shitty society is today. Like, you could spin it and say Chicago did some bullshit, but when you asking people to be decent, like, that's shitty. If I got to ask you to be a decent person, then I don't know what else to tell you. And that just goes to show the times that we live in. The guy is gone and dead, and it's a Chicago Bulls, ring of honor ceremony, and you can't just honor the dude in that moment. You got to boo. So, like, I hear what you're saying. They could have left his wife out of there in the event that something like that could have potentially happened. But at the end of the day, if you're asking people to be fucking decent human beings and just celebrate what once was, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's just a poor showing from people in Chicago, in my opinion.
I agree.
I don't disagree with that, but this is sports. It's been like
you know how they are. Yeah, they booed him back then. They booed him even before The Last Dance. That's the crazy part.
I'm not sure who was responsible for that in the Bulls organization. You guys dropped the ball. I'm sorry. You got to deal with reality at the end of the day. That's a possibility. There's a lot of fans. The guys who really remember Michael Jordan, they were doing a Ring of Honor. Who are you going to pull into that? Remember, you're selling the ticket as Ring of Honor. They suck this year, even though they are competitive. Like, the Bulls you better not sleep on them.
What the fuck am I talking about? I'm asking, citizens to be decent people. They couldn't even get Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen to show up that night. So what am I talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying too? Like, they couldn't even get those guys to show up. Like, so, whatever.
At least Mike had a video.
Right. Like,
Ace Boogie said Embiid's playoff resume doesn't come close to AD's playoff resume. Robert Paulson or Adam says, given the big men Jordan played with, he might be happy to have a dude who can give you 25 and 10. Ace said, AD is averaging 25, 12, and 3 blocks and still gets shitted on by fans/media.
Yes, I am one.
Stocks Indio says AD always overhated and underrated. Jeannie said LeBron was top 5 most important Laker ever back then. Obviously, she's wrong, but she's the one who will decide for jersey retirement.
Top 5 most important Lakers is crazy. Yo, I'm leaving that alone. I cannot say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. I am not saying that.
Say it. He's not top 10.
Hell no. Not yet. Show me the money. We need a Patreon first before I say something like that. Nah, show me the money first. I'm going to go really wild on Genie Bus.
Oh, okay.
And no pause on that.
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're referring to. I think I know. I think I know what you're referring to. Doesn't it involve hockey?
What's the next comment? What's wrong with this dude?
Stock, for your information, I go back to attending Forum games in the 90s. Had Lakers season tickets in 05-06. You had Lakers season tickets in 05-06? That's wild, bro. That's an iconic Kobe Bryant season. I went to some Clipper games since 2001 and now roll with Clippers since 1819 when they stole 2 at Oracle. Well, Sportsman, one thing is for sure. Paul George is a top 13 player right now. Oh, sorry, Shaft 9000. I wasn't trying to diss. LOL. Like he writes his whole thing out. Kawhi with the Raptors. Stratos, he hasn't retired yet. He's going to get his number retired. That's obvious. Stock, all good. Carry on, mate. No, the Lakers should not retire bronze jerseys. Sixers, the Lakers, 5 years of trash. I don't think last year was trash. I don't think 2021 was trash either. 2 years of trash. All ball, suckers. Shaq got 3 jerseys retired. Wilt and Braun.
Hey, hold on. Hey, fellas, just real quick. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm a big New York Giants fan. I hate Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is down 21-0. Let's go. Yeah.
Damn.
Really? How much time is
Green
left?
Bay is beating Dallas 21-0. And it's
I
still
love that. I love that too. Isn't
In the
Dallas
second
is at home,
quarter.
huh? Wow.
With
Yo,
three-
only
with
like the
3
second
minutes-
best
3
team.
minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're the second best team in the NFC. Whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah, look
What
at
is
that.
that?
Hey,
Do
what
the
up,
fool
Flea?
like this. Do this.
Do this.
I hate that.
I
shit.
No.
don't
Whoa,
know
do
what
it
I
again.
did for that.
Oh, I
Do it.
don't know.
Do it again.
It's like a
No.
celebration.
I don't
What'd you
know
say
what
right
I did.
now?
I know what this one does. Dallas Cowboys. How y'all feeling today? Let's go.
Tied Boston at rings. Yeah, we did. Dennis Johnson is finals MVP and has no jersey retirement. That's not true. His numbers retired. They went crazy for him. Stocks. I'll send you the video one time on Twitter. My boy Honest Larry has all of them. LeBron is in a tier with Dr. J, Shaq, and Wilt. The next 10, just borderline top 10 all time. LBJ's hey, too much all-star help to go 1-5 conversion rate.
Yo, hold on. Shaft 9000 pause might be all balls burner account.
Maybe.
LeBron is not in the top 10 is crazy.
Is it
I
borderline
don't know how
top
to
10?
create a burner account.
The NBA stopped Kobe from getting 6
I know
rings in
all
the
ball.
baseball trade. Who is your top 5, Shaft? They matched them up in the 1998 All-Star game. But the criteria you guys were discussing was about rings. Was it?
Homeboy 9,000 going forward for the rest of his name. Name is 9,000 going forward. All right, y'all. 9,000.
The NBA relaxed. The NBA had to find a face of the league. Iverson and Kobe didn't carry it due to politics. Then LeBron came along.
Thank
Adam
you. Who said that? Was
Land _ 216. And then
yes, thank you.
Adam says they tried. They literally changed the rules for perimeter players to get more offense after Jordan retired. They said they need another Jordan to get the crowds back. That is true.
They changed the rules for Jordan. Let's Robert Pauls, I know you're a big Jordan fan. Knock it off. They changed them rules for Mike.
You mean the
Wilt
flagrant
put them
foul
on.
stuff?
Everything.
They changed the
Everything.
rules for all great. They changed the rules for all great plays and great things
No.
in life.
Not
LeBron
according to
has-
Wilt. They try to get Wilt out the game. They try to get
True.
Shaq out the game. Let's not forget these things.
Shaft says 9,000 says LeBron has 1 title for every 5 years he played. Therefore, a 5-to-1 conversion rate. Jordan's title conversion rate on the Bulls was around 1-2, closer to 6 in 11.5 seasons, actually.
Analytics.
That's the one that's not an analytic, is it?
No.
It
I'm just saying how you see how just numbers and
Yeah.
listen, man.
Well, he was. I'm
Well,
surprised
he could have said it this way. LeBron has 1 title.
Tell him meet me at the blackjack table.
All right. MJ, Russell, Kobe, Bird, and Kareem. I like that. W. Russell placement. Bill Russell, the greatest champion in all team sports ever. Stocks as a player, coach, and player coach. Damn right. Oh, look, it's Turbo.
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 Shaq had his jersey is up in the Raptors. What?
Turbo.
Yeah, I show Bill Russell love whenever his name mentioned. Oh, look, it's Carlos. A shout out to the Qs. A championship is a championship.
Carlo.
Knicks fans would have had Times Square on fire. That is true, though.
The bubble ring. Ace
When-
Boogie. Ace Boogie.
Listen, when we do win the championship, we are burning Manhattan down.
Hey, Flea, hold
The
on.
ground.
Flea, we get to the Eastern Conference Finals is going down.
To the ground.
If we win
If we
the
get-
Burning
If we-
shit down.
they're gonna need the
Riot.
National Guard. They're gonna need the National Guard out
Riots.
there. I'm
Yo,
telling
we're gonna have two New Year's ball dropping when the in-season tournament down. We're gonna go crazy.
They're gonna lose their minds in New York City. What? The Knicks win?
But okay, he's trying to say that because of the LeBron's championship.
I know what he's saying.
I know what
He doesn't understand that we already know that.
Yeah.
We just make fun of LeBron for it. He's trying to fool us. We see through his sorcery.
No, I know, but he won a
Dime?
championship with the Lakers is his point. Anyway, of course, the league was very different then, but I don't agree how people can hold the air against a player. Yeah. Melo is definitely, I agree. Melo is definitely a legend. What are we doing? Denver Nugget legend. I respecting the separating the eras, but yeah, I don't like the mentality as well. Crazy. Well said, Flea. I remember when the Peeler KG elbow happened in real time. LOL. I was 9 at the time. It was so old that Al Michaels was commenting NBA games. I like that.
Don't say
Dope.
old. Don't do that again. What's his name? Whatever. Al Michaels is a legend.
Yeah, 2003 is not that old. Or 2004. Dope conversation. Thanks, Carla. Jazz trash is more than solid for a month too. Hottest team in the league over Knicks for damn sure.
Yo, Don. Yo, okay. Let me go ahead, Don.
He's consistent.
He's very consistent.
They just who?
You,
Actually, I take that back. He's not consistent, but he's consistent with the Jazz.
They just drafted down too. I mean, I'll say Colin Sexton, since they put him in the starting lineup, they're 14-4.
yeah, they started the first 13 games like 3-11 or 3-9, some wild shit. They didn't start the season off well.
Yeah. Marketing is a real deal though.
Mhm.
What about how
They're
these
looking
players get
better
treated?
than the Cavaliers.
I was we can talk about that at the very end. What about these or Wednesday even? I think we should talk about that Wednesday. Did the Jazz actually win the trade for Mitchell?
I love you, Dom. I ain't talking about the Jazz ever in life.
Hey, listen, I don't want to either, but that was a huge trade. Like we can say we talked about Donovan Mitchell.
All right. We can discuss that, but we ain't making the Utah Jazz no topic. I love you to death.
Let's make Donovan Mitchell a topic then. What about how these players get? That's part of the trade. What about how these players? Yeah. What about how these players get treated in these franchises? Most times we speak on assumptions, but no one truly knows what they go through except them. I think it's a case by case basis, Carla.
Yeah, but that's
Fabian.
fair.
Yeah, Fabian, that was a James Bond evil laugh.
Yo, Michael, that's my real laugh.
With that laugh, I bet Fabian has sharks with freaking lasers in his bathtub. Oh my god.
Yo, your guy's imagination is crazy. A shark with lasers?
Dom, how many left?
106.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I think it'd go by in the next 5 to 10 minutes. AD,
Dom, we get him 2.5 hours, Dom. Love you to death. I'm getting cursed out on the side. I'm just being honest.
all right, you can peace out, but I want to give him the shine. AD,
Yeah, come on. We'll
couldn't-
take care of it. Too. I got some time.
AD,
Four sportsmen.
Oh, OG.
Whoa!
Whoa! What?
Yo, get the fuck out of here. Go. Bye. Bye.
The Richard Nixon
Bye.
of YouTube.
I love y'all to death, man. I'll see y'all later.
Nah,
All right, peace.
he
All right.
got too much juice, man.
He does. AD couldn't drive the car without the driver ed instructor in the front seat ready to use the brake on his side. It can be about his career too. I think it sucks him reacting to your laugh. I need the clip of that 20-second all ball with his concerning face and screen going dark after answer. I don't know what that is.
That was
You might have to find that yourself, Saxenio.
Yeah,
What's underrated
timestamp
about
for us.
Yeah, what's underrated about AD? His ability to manufacture an injury out of thin air. Jesus, you're being so hard on him today. Adam says, "How do you answer a rhetorical question? They're rhetoricals; they don't need to be answered." MJ took seasons off.
That was
here we go.
good.
High tech all ball. Nah, fans have a right to boo if they're paying their hard-earned money and are getting trash product on the court, not a matter what a team has done in the past. Adam says, as a 40-year-old, Jordan started all 30 games playing 40 minutes, which LeBron hasn't averaged since he was 23. 40-year-old, the minutes these guys used to play was ridiculous. 40-year-old Mike averaged 22, 7 and 3, 1 steal, half block, 2 turnovers.
I think the one year Mike played for the Wizards, there was either the first or second year, he led the league in minutes played.
That's wild.
Somebody fact check that. I could be dead wrong. But
Mods can try.
That's all I was saying. Like LeBron, even that longevity thing is like, come on, man. Mike didn't take no he took a year and a half off or whatever it was, but he just took off.
It was either minutes played or he played all 82 games.
He was trying to play another professional sport, though. It's not like he was just sitting on his ass.
No, I get that, but I'm saying when he said I'm not gonna play. There was no bro. At first, I thought it was okay, but as the years go by, like the older I get, I don't know if LeBron shows up and he's my son's favorite player. You know what I mean? Like he's a star. If this was again, this is entertainment. This is a soap opera. Then you're looking forward to seeing a star on the television screen, bro. It just is what it is, and he's getting paid a lot of money. He didn't turn the money back in, and this is it's capitalism. I get it, but at the same time, come on, man. Everything's political. Everything's just straight up. Just be a real dude about it.
All right. Ace Boogie, I'm amazed by the fact that if it took 25 L's in the streak to Detroit fans chance sell the team.
No, they've been chanting that. That's not true.
Okay. Stuck.
Hold on. Does Fleet want to talk about that for 2 seconds about Monty Williams and
You think it's better to take seasons off and not staying in playing shape and then coming back in late 30s, or staying fit and active? How good
Yo.
really is Steve?
Yes,
Yeah.
hold on. Yes, I do want to comment on that. Hold on. First, hold on. To be fair, Monty did not want to coach Fabian. He did not want to. They begged him. They came back to him almost 3 different times up in the ante, and then finally said, well, hey, Monty, we'll make you the highest paid coach in NBA history. How else is he supposed to turn that down? He did not want this. He told them, like, yo, I want to take a minute away and step away from the game. And all that they do is kept knocking on his damn door. And what happened? Okay, let's make you the highest paid coach. How can you turn that down? So I agree with you. He's not doing the greatest job, right? But I also want you to be reminded that he really didn't want to coach, bro. He wasn't into it this year. But you're going to turn down that type of money after they kept knocking on your door 3-4 times? So, let me just give some context to that, please.
I thank you, because the context did not encourage empathy or sympathy, and I appreciate you not encouraging so. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on. Let's get back to the comments.
How good really is Steve Kerr as a coach? We
Great.
talked about. I think he's a good one. Yeah.
Great coach, but that's a good question now.
What coach of a dynasty is trash?
No.
Come on, man. It's
True.
not a fluke. Not a fluke
I agree.
season. It's a
No.
dynasty.
That's a lot, but I do agree that he should get blamed for some of the season. He's gone too deep with the vets, man.
Mhm.
That's a lot of less mileage and legs than a couple game during season. That's what I know, Robertinho. The topic was longevity, meaning form during a season don't matter. Facts. Oldest LeBron is the best 39er ever. Cap going around like Kareem never won finals MVP, and MJ wasn't playing on a top 5 MVP level until his knee broke.
I don't think MJ was a top 5. No, the hell he wasn't. I was there, guys. No, the hell he was not top 5. He wasn't KG. He wasn't even T-Mac. He wasn't Vince Carter. He wasn't AI. He wasn't Ray Allen. So let alone KG or Shaq and Tim Duncan. Knock it off. And Kobe.
All right. Stocks. It is harder to get back in shape than to stay in shape. Also, Jordan took way more damage while playing than LeBron and averaged way more minutes and played more games per season. That is true. Finals MVP. Yeah, I don't think Curry will ever leave Golden State, and I'm not sure how hungry he is for another ring.
I disagree with that. Curry's tough, bro. I like that guy.
Yeah,
He wants to win.
he does. LeBron played in much paced league as well, so that at least makes up for less minutes per game. In the end, LeBron still ended up with more games and minutes after a certain age as well. The Draymond saga typifies Golden State Warriors' dysfunction. Kerr's delusional about him. It's true. It just lets him do whatever he wants.
He is delusional.
That's not true, guys. The
Yeah,
way
dude, Draymond was like, we were crying together. Like, they're just really good friends at this point. Like, he's like, the way he excuses Draymond's antics is crazy. Draymond's competitive. He's a fighter. What is this? That stuff is.
he's also like Draymond might be a sociopath. Like he's like this is what winners do. Like Michael Jordan gets a lot of credit for stuff that he does that's wrong, flat out wrong. Just making people enemies, and he does things. Kobe with Smush Parker is wrong in a lot of ways, but you make an exception when you win. You make an exception with success. They're the most valuable franchise in basketball. Part of that is because of Draymond being the pit bull of the team.
Yes,
And on top of that, he's able to vocalize all this stuff. He just ain't no stupid jock.
Right.
Draymond is, to Flea's point, and he corrected me a couple months back. Listening to Draymond speak in general when he's cool about it. That response that he had to when he's coming back in his podcast, he tried to play victim a lot, but he also is able to vocalize everything. The way he talked about Kevin Durant, when Kevin Durant said something, he responded to it. The way he talks and defends himself, you can see why they rock with him. He's a smart dude, a smart guy, and there's no way he's not. And he gets that much power with that franchise and in the league. That's what Kerr is dealing with. Rodman, Phil Jackson did all that. He knew they had to win with Rodman, but Rodman didn't have that much pull with David Stern. Draymond has that much pull with the league because he's a part of the ratings. So, I mean, Rodman was too, but Rodman wasn't allowed to play politics with it in the front office. Draymond can. I don't know if Adam Silver sat or David Stern sat down with Dennis Rodman with a cup of tea. Draymond got that to sit down with Adam Silver like that. Like that's what Steve Kerr has to manage as well. So that's a little bit unfair to him.
At the same age LeBron is now, MJ averaged 25.1, 5.7, 5.5, 1.3 in 37 minutes per game over 33 games. Bron, 25, 7, and 7. Those stats are pretty good. Is that true? Melo said nothing wrong. It's not a much more pacey compared to the 80s. That's true. Exactly. Show efficiency right now. Well, yeah, because he played more seasons. What's your point? These guys are going back. It's much more pacey than the 90s, though. No, I'm talking about both age. 37, LeBron played more game and minutes. In this movie, the Warriors ain't going to make it back to Coney Island.
That was dope.
And far less physical, and Jordan lauded more imputes and games. You have to break it down for each franchise. The Nuggets are not those other franchises. End it there. I'm losing brain cells. No, he didn't. Yes. Dubs are headed for Alcatraz. Right. I don't. Well, yeah, at 37, you're right. Not at 38, 39, and definitely one at 40. Pretty sure he did. But like you said, let's end it. I don't like talking on MJ versus Bron. He is not even saying that it bothers him, though. He stated that on the clip. Oh, I think she's watching the beginning of the stream or something.
Yeah, but Melo is clearly bringing it up, and he went from saying it doesn't bother him to going into like 5 or 10 minutes of like, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. I don't think
Fuck you.
if it's like that. If I see you in the streets, homie, with a Denver jersey, it might be popping. Carmelo just be grilling dudes with a Joker jersey everywhere he goes. Like, yo, take that. What's that about, homie? Carmelo gotta chill out, man.
Yeah. How many comments we got left?
Not very many.
Oh, there we go.
I'm being serious. I put the booze on Jordan. He didn't show up when he could have sat next to Krause's wife and diffused it. Mike clowned Krause at every turn publicly and at his Hall of Fame speech.
He did.
Stocks, the topic was longevity, which mileage on legs became one of the main factors, if not biggest. Yeah, that was embarrassing by the Bulls. Krause was getting booed in 94 when he retired MJ's number the first time. They knew he was hated by the fan base who are still suffering.
I never heard that he got booed in 94.
I knew he got booed in 97. Coach Million posted it on Twitter, but I didn't know about 94.
94 is
wild.
when
I didn't know either. Clippers and Knicks, best fans in basketball. Ryan Kayom, this guy likes LeBron a lot. All ball being so critical of a player in his 21st year shows me all I need to know. Highest expectations of a man his age ever. If one has higher expectations of the GOAT MJ, one can be the GOAT.
Who had expectations of LeBron at 39?
That's his point.
What? He
That's
just said he has the highest
Ryan's
expectations ever. No,
Yeah.
that's not his point, Dom. He's saying that he has the highest expectations ever. We don't care about the
Of a
expectations. We
man
don't
his
expect him to
age.
do much.
Of a man his age. That is true. I'm holding him to a higher standard than any player at that age ever. I am.
Who LeBron?
Yeah, because he is that good.
I don't hold him to any expectations and standards. I don't know if we do. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. That's silly. The whole history of mankind says otherwise.
Interesting. Okay. The Dre problems, many are party to it, may deserve a third to half the blame, but only some insiders know for sure. Ryan, yeah, of course. That makes complete sense. Expectations in 21st year is definitely the deciding factor. I agree with that. But all ball being critical like that because LeBron and his fans putting him in very top spots, and Lakers was one of the biggest contender entering the season. Craziness. A lot of Melo hate, I see. No. Since the Jazz is winning, do you think there'll be sellers at the trade deadline? Good question.
They still should.
Nah,
Really?
they can't be sellers. I was going to ask y'all about that.
Can't trade Markkanen.
I don't see them trading, bro. They have a lot of draft picks to go get Giannis and bro.
Giannis.
Nobody's.
Yes, bro.
They're not going to get nobody in Utah. Danny Ainge. People forget Danny Ainge went to BYU, so he's familiar with that area. So he's going back to that area is like home for him. He ain't getting no super. This is not Boston. He's not getting anybody to come play out there. Like be strategic and keep Larry Markkinen and build around him, but and find a way to. They should be taken out. Go find a way to get Cooper Flag where he belongs.
I can't see them tanking now. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is shocking. That's why I laughed so hard earlier. I can't believe they're ahead of the Lakers.
Bob left probably because he doesn't want to go out like Krause. Curse only getting that Krause from Warriors fans on Twitter. Yeah, the thing about Warriors fans on Twitter is they're not the real world. Yippee, the Draymond debacle returns to its regularly scheduled programming. The move trading Jonathan Kuminga and Wiggins for Pascal Siakam. The front office likes Kuminga too much and still thinks they can develop him. That's the sticking point. It's true. They should be marketing and getting you nowhere, and Utah is far away from being contender. They can get something really good in return for Lowry in this dry market. Maybe. Krause, his draft stock is all-time high right now. I mean, his trade stock. Krause drafted Keith Lee ahead of Karl Malone, both power forwards. Brad Sellers ahead of Mark Price and Dennis Rodman. Stacey King ahead of Tim Hardaway and Sean Kemp. Every GM has howlers in drafts. Chicago telling Philly to hold their beer. Bust on Genie? What the hell is going on? Oh, my God. Facts. Talk to him, Flea. Is D'Lo's last game fool's gold? Not really. You just got to know who he is. Dallas down 20-0. Party at my crib in Arlington, Texas. I'm about to cook you now, Fabian. Go look at the rule changes year by year instituted. The only rule change the lineup to when Jordan played that benefited him was the flagrant foul rule.
That's not true. The one-on-one rule, everybody lined up on the sideline. They got rid of that.
That was
that goes against Jordan.
That's to hurt him. Yeah, exactly.
And okay, so maybe he's right in terms of the rules that they added, but it's the rules enforced. Like they stopped enforcing certain rules, and they the Pistons go, the carrying, the traveling in general, getting to the paint the way he did. I mean, the Knicks were very, they were still like the fake Pistons in the 90s, and they were able to hurt Jordan and everything. But what I'm saying is that it started with Michael Jordan. Like they knew this. They started getting rid of hand checking, and remember, Jordan is the reason what they said. Like they constantly wanted to replicate the perimeter player that played like Mike, athletic scorer, and that's what they have now is a bunch of athletic dudes, and then people want to claim that this is the best thing ever in the history of mankind, and it's not.
Yes, I agree with that. Dennis Johnson won Finals MVP with Seattle dime. He got jersey retirement from Boston. Oh, doesn't have his number retired in Seattle? Damn, you may have got me on that one, Stocksinio.
But he left unceremoniously with Seattle. They didn't like him. Lenny Wilkins kicked him out of that. They wanted him off of that team. So I don't know if there's any residue from that. So nobody pushed it for all these years, but they should.
When did Dennis Johnson retire? I mean, they had years to do it, right? Is Gus's number up there? Who was Seattle retired?
Probably nobody.
Let's look it up. No. But
because wasn't their history erased with going with Oklahoma City?
I mean, they don't have it, Gary. Yeah, I have it. Whoa. Damn. He got me on this one. Gus Williams is retired. Nick Collison is retired. Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins, Spencer Haywood, Downtown Freddie Brown, and Jack Sikma.
Gary.
How is Sean Kemp in there? No, not yet.
No Gary Payton?
Not yet. Well, remember, Gary Payton retired in 2007? And they left Seattle the next year. So maybe that's why. If they ever move back, they should do it's crazy that DJ doesn't have his number retired. That's wild. One ring.
Hold on, look. Gus Williams.
He's got to be the only one.
Gus Williams, Fred Brown, Jack Sikma, and Blackburn. Oh, he's a broadcaster. So Sigma, Fred Brown, that's Downtown Freddie Brown, right?
Yeah, Downtown Freddie Brown, Gus, and Jack Sigma, and not DJ. Like that's got to be purposeful because the way you said.
I'm telling you because the way they didn't like him.
That's the first person. That's the only one I think in NBA history. Finals MVP doesn't have his number retired. First that franchise. For the love of God, Fabian, go look it up. I'm tired of cooking you that you're basically jerky at this stage.
I don't know what that they didn't change the rules.
You just admit in 1980s. You just clarified that.
I'm out of here, fellas.
All right, simply in 1987 they brought in what was known as the Michael Jordan rule. Yeah, that's when you're just talking about illegal offense. Respect Fabian's laugh right now. Lowry is greater than AD. No, he's not. My bad. Pick 6 Green Bay, 27 Packers over Dallas. Let me head to Texas Live and buy everyone around. Not halftime yet. Fish, what's your team?
Yo, Clips that's crazy.
Clips Wolves in an hour. Let's go. LOL, I'm not throwing shade to Al Michaels. I'm saying 20 years ago was a while. I was a kid back then.
No, Aaron, you're throwing shade at me because look, the gray in my beard, it gets grayer when you say Al Michaels. That was ancient history.
When LeBron retires, who do you think the face of the league will be? Good question. I have no idea. I really don't know.
Front runners right now, John Morant, Ant-Man, John Morant.
Luka?
Luka's up there.
Does Jokic and Giannis count, or is that after? Will they be?
But he's saying after LeBron. So we
I
still
know.
got LeBron as the face of the league?
Yeah, he is. Just because he's the most popular person. He's the most, like, if you mention him, he gets the most clicks.
Okay.
Yeah. He cried and I cried. It was hilarious. It was. Draymond can knock Kerr's ass out and he'll still state how they need him. Facts. You going to the Thunder game, Dime? I might be able to make that one. I'm not. I've talked to the coach. Jordan created the boos and hate. The fans just followed his lead. Yeah. Yeah, I posted the article in the New York Times that said he got booed in 94 at the retirement ceremony. I always got receipts, Fabian. Nothing but love, though.
Kind of
Fabian.
does.
Yeah, that's the only exception.
Always.
Time. Also, there was a player with Fonz MVP with no Hoff, but I couldn't remember. Carmelo isn't even worth talking about for 2 hours, 3 minutes max. Tatum. What about Tatum? Oh, the face of the league? Luka when he becomes a Knick. Braun is still the face of the league. The Thunder has to retire Payton's number. The Thunder retired Collison's number as Thunder because he played in OKC, though, Fish. Payton didn't.
Who, Nick Collison?
Yeah, it's one of the most random number retirements in the history of basketball.
That sounds like
Just
something.
loved
He
it.
went to school. He went to school in Kansas.
I believe so. Just liked him. All right, I got to go, though.
Yeah, me too. Guys,
All
been
right.
wonderful.
Thanks so much, guys. Hey, tonight, I think I'll be live, but I'm going to watch the Rams game tonight, not the Clipper game. I have to watch the Clippers after. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go live. But, yeah. LeBron's longevity is overrated as a dumb take. Who I actually think it is overrated, bro. I think when you take plays off on and take seasons off on defense to conserve for offense and to conserve for more years, and then you don't risk certain injuries when you know you don't have a chance to win the whole thing, I think that's kind of lame. Kobe risked it all when his team definitely wasn't going to win the championship, but he didn't want to get embarrassed by not making the playoffs. LeBron missed a plane with a super team that he created. Like, I don't give a shit about his stats when he averaged 30. Like, I watched the games. He wasn't playing defense, and he brought in Russell Westbrook, and then, like, it was everyone else's fault. That was garbage, bro. I'm sorry. Peace out, everybody. Have a great night. Clippers, Wolves, stay tuned tonight. I may be live. Any last words?
For Sportsmen, we'll be back Wednesday night, 8 p.m., maybe even earlier. This is an early edition of For Sportsmen. We might make it this time, though. We're trying to make for something, man, because our schedules are crazy, but we love basketball just like y'all. Robert Paulson, I know you mean it's all love. Shout out to Carla, Stocksinho, Fish, Michael de la blah, 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 Mike, Boss Man, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all make our day go better.
Yes, sir. Have a great one, guys.